What a play, play after play after play.
And he's got a lot of room to run, and she is taking over.
Rose, that's his building. The greatest conference in the country is showing out tonight, gentlemen. I cannot believe it. That is the greatest high school football game.
Thank you so much for being with us. Live from Leonardtown. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'm Ken Meringolo, joined by Kevin Ricca.
I can't believe it's Friday Night Lights
Friday
on Friday, March 19th. Feels like November to me here, Ken.
Welcome to the Mill Family Field down in gorgeous southern Maryland, St. Mary's County, where the St. Mary's Ryken Knights play host to the St. John's Cadets from Military Road, making their way all the way down from Northwest D.C. It's a beautiful drive on a Friday afternoon. Better now than in the summer when people are going to be making their way down to the beach. I'll tell you that right now. It's going to be an awesome night. It's week 2 of the 2021 WCAC spring football season. And we're going to bring you guys what we think is the finest high school conference in the entire country. 2 great examples of that, 2 amazing schools. Let's start out doing what we like to do best, and that's how do we and who do we say thank you to. Start out with St. Mary's Ryken, the amazing people here, from the president all the way down to the student body, doing an amazing job to play host to the WCAC, making this season happen. Kevin, we missed you last week, first and foremost. T and I miss you, as we miss T tonight. We want to say a shout-out to our main man.
Yes, T. Strachan, we hope you're feeling better, my friend. Little minor operation on the elbow, taking care of that bursa sac, getting that right wing ready for this fall. You know, when he's ready to come back out and start flinging it all over the ball yard.
And I'll tell you what, we will be ready for that as well. Tonight what we're going to see is Coach Pat Ward's second shot at being a head coach. He was successful in week 1. On the far sidelines today, the home team, Coach Aaron Brady and his staff, try to rebound from a real tough loss, a close game against the defending champion Good Counsel Falcons. That was an awesome game last week. Shout out to my McNamara Mustangs, who rounded out the foursome of teams, making their way down in Southern Maryland that last weekend for the first week. But tonight, Kevin, it's going to be an interesting matchup. We don't get to see this one. We haven't had a chance to cover this particular one before. It's 2 really awesome coaching staffs, a lot of really good athletes. And on one sideline, you got the St. John's Cadets, and they bring with them everything you know about. They've been winning games. They've been playing at a high level. And you got the St. Mary's Ryken Knights, who've been doing the same down here in Leonardtown, and they've been thirsting for a chance on a weekly basis to match up with the class of the greatest conference in the land, and that's exactly what they're doing.
And these guys get to block, tackle, and play the greatest game on God's earth, football. I don't care what day it is, what year it is, what time it is, or how cold it is. We're out here taking a road trip down to a gorgeous part of the old Line State, Ken. And Pat Ward, who waited 20 years for his debut last week, had an idea. He said this week, maybe he walked into Dennis Hart's office, Ken. He said, I think maybe I will resign at 1-0 as the all-time greatest win percentage in the history of St. John's College. But Ken, he didn't wait 20 years to do that. And Aaron Brady on the other sidelines, what a tremendous host to us today, coming down here and showing us these new facilities. What an 85-acre, gorgeous campus. This is going to be nice.
We're going to take a moment for the anthem here, Kev. Never get tired of that. Kicking things off down here. We wanted to do a quick thank you to the St. Mary's Ryken folks. They sent us an amazing video. Get a shot of this campus. See what they got going on down here in Leonardtown. Johnny?
There and watch a couple doubleheaders. Get this weather turned up a tad bit.
Thank you so much to St. Mary's Ryken for making this possible. We appreciate you guys. It says spring football, everybody, but I'll tell you right now, it feels every bit of fall winter football. St. John's will kick off to the St. Mary's Ryken Knights. If you're not paying attention, St. John's in white, St. Mary's Ryken in blue. Special teams, a factor right away in the spring season. Not a lot of chance to practice in general.
Zero. How about
zero chance to
opportunities?
Practice?
Let's, like I said as I watched last week, we have to be super optimistic about these guys. They haven't had a chance to do what football teams do and gel from an August preseason in. They'd right now still be in the preseason. Instead, they're playing a full game, but why not? Let's have at it.
The Ryken Knights with a hole up the middle. A seam. He's going to get out to about the 25-yard line. St. Mary's Ryken will take the field on offense.
When you're limited to 20 to 25 kids, 20 to 25 kids at a time, it's just at what point, with all the craziness going on, with all the efforts that Pat Ward and Aaron Brady put forth to actually get this game going and get us here and get everyone involved, are you supposed to deal with special teams?
Darius Henderson can't even keep his shoes on. I mean, that's what kind of season we're talking about here. Trevor Norrid, number 5, the senior quarterback, getting a chance to. And one of the coolest things I heard about our games last week was that a lot of recruiters had a chance to see all those kids play from those 4 schools. And once again tonight, Trevor Norrid getting to ply his trade under shotgun, 1st and 10. That's Jordan Scarborough in motion. Going out wide to the right. Trevor looking to throw. He's going deep, and he's got a man at midfield. To the 30. They're not going to get him. St. Mary's Ryken on 1st and 10 goes 1st and 75.
Well, I tell you what. Haven't seen football.
How about that?
We haven't seen WCAC football. I haven't seen anything else in a year and a half. What a way to start it off tonight.
Was that Darius Henderson with his shoe back on? I believe it was. Number 20, Darius Henderson. Getting back on that field, and right away, fireworks in Leonardtown. Big play. In the air, and that's exactly what the Knights did. They executed amazingly.
Our old friend, Trevor Norrid, feels like he's been playing in this league for a handful of years. Love watching him play. Coming out, I'm telling you right now, we're talking 20-mile-an-hour winds. He put that ball up in the air. The wind cheater kept it a little lower. And 6 points, now 7 up on the board for the Knights.
It's a little bit of exorcism going on here at the Mill family field. A lot of chances that they missed out on, and right away, what do? They exercise those demons. The band's playing, the cheerleaders are dancing. The home team's up 7-0, and on the other sidelines, Coach Ward is telling his team, we're one play into this game. Everyone take a deep breath.
Yep.
We're going to be just fine.
That's a fact. That's a senior leader quarterback on a home field on a Friday night. You know he's going to come out ready to play. That ball was on the money. He came out ready to go. It's very difficult, and the veteran saved me, Ken. I was about to say St. Mary's Ryken is going to have to get rid of that ball. With that defensive line, the penetration, there's going to be a lot of quicks. I'm going to say 2 seconds at the most. And what does he do? He hits the fade down the sidelines. Tremendous pocket to pass in right there.
Excitement out of the gate.
Wow.
On Friday night. In Leonardtown. I can't say it enough that we're in Leonardtown. It was an amazing drive down, Kevin. We made it happen today. Hit the Wawa. Andrew Burke with a burner. He's going to hit St. John's at the 8-yard line. On his way back, Christian Rawlings working across the field. He's going to break the 20. St. John's will take over just inside the 21-yard line on 1st and 10. Christian Rawlings getting some time last week at running back, got himself in the end zone for a score. Also flashing his hands and athletic ability all day long.
Yeah, Cadets Nation is going to really enjoy young Christian Rawlings. I mean, we talk about Jamar over and over again, but you wait and see. He will be a difference maker in this spring season.
And in case you're wondering if St. John's can match big play potential of the St. Mary's Ryken Knights, you weren't watching things last week. There's a number of players on the Cadets side that you should watch, no more so than number 5, Jamar Curtis, the flashy athlete.
Fly Mar is about as exciting as any athlete in D.C. city limits these days.
Wyatt Hagan looking to pass right away, and he's going to get it. I believe that is Christian Rawlings on a quick pass. Bring up 2nd down.
Christian Rawlings is going to get a lot of time tonight, Ken. We were informed in the pregame that Antoine Littleton will not be available this evening. So you're going to see the two-headed backfield tonight of Jamar Curtis and Christian Rawlings.
At St. John's, you always miss the brute finesse of Antoine Littleton, but at the same time, the bus was full.
Hey, I thought I'd never see him
athletes.
play again, and last week I turned on First Amendment Sports and I saw what I needed to.
Wyatt Hagan in shotgun. He's going to give it to Jamar Curtis. He's out to the left. He will cross the 30, and he'll have 1st down yardage for the St. John's Cadets. Early going here in the first quarter. St. Mary's Ryken went up on the first play, and the Cadets are calmly executing on their offense. Wyatt Hagan, the junior quarterback, getting his chance after Soljay Maeva making his way out to Provost. Great story on Soljay this week, Kevin.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking about traveling 4,800 miles, thanking his parents for making that. Telling everyone that that's exactly what he needed to get to the point where he's at BYU, thriving, one of the most likable, enjoyable players on the team, Mr. Excitement, and he's got a chance to start this year.
Another handoff from Wyatt to Jamar Curtis. He makes someone miss at the line. He gets up, and he is on the move. He's past midfield. He'll get out of bounds at about the 40, call it the 45. I think the one ref that was an aggressive ball mark. I think it's going to be at the 48-yard line.
There's no doubt with the ball in his hands, we're going to see some March madness. It's a different bubble than we're used to this time of year, but Jamar Curtis, when he's got the ball, I think you said it best when you said that the defense was practicing social distancing every time number 5 got the rock.
Wyatt in the shotgun. 3 receivers, 2 running backs. He's looking to pass quick out, and that's going to get blocked and brought down. I believe, let's see, is that Owen Vandergriff, the defensive lineman, the senior defensive lineman? And we didn't get a chance to call out some of these kids' name last week. What a great job they did up front for the Knights against the Good Counsel Falcons, really making them work 4 quarters to to win that game. Andy Stefanelli willing to ground and pound and be in a close game. St. Mary's Ryken making sure that's exactly what he had to do.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys up front for Ryken are going to have their hands full tonight trying to plug gaps and hold down this two-headed running game, starting right at the point of attack with our guy Xavier Woolridge, put on about 30 extra pounds in the offseason.
Yeah,
looks like he's put in
big.
that work.
88. He's
yes,
filling
sir.
out both 8s. He was just 1-8 last year. Now he's 2 8s. Wyatt Hagan, handoff up the middle. There's number 5. And he'll be brought down at the 2nd level. Jamar Curtis.
He will be the workhorse tonight. Like we said, there are some windy conditions. Wyatt Hagan didn't get that snap clean, throwing the timing off on that little quick slant, or quick pop right there. That's going to be the case tonight. Timing is going to be off. There's just no way around it. There's no way we can expect these guys to be clicking like it was week 7 of a regular season. But that's okay, because they're not on the couch with a screen in hand on a Zoom.
Yeah.
They're actually out here
and they'll be
knocking heads a little bit.
They'll be clicking 10 times more in September because of this.
That's a fact.
Keep your eyes on number 18, out wide on the right for the Cadets. DJ Lincoln's had himself a nice little game last week. He's got single coverage on the outside. Inside handoff to Jamar Curtis. He'll get bottled up in the line.
Good job by the Knights D there. You can see what Pat Ward is trying to accomplish early in this game. You know, you get a big play on you. Now you got the ball. You're going to wear this defense down. That's the name of the game. So far, so good for the Cadets.
2nd and 8 from the 33-yard line, we'll call it. 9.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Bryce Butler. He'll take a step back. Calling out the protection. Jamar Curtis out wide to the right. And Wyatt's going to move to his left. And that's a guy we were talking about on the ride up. I believe that's Sean Williams at wide receiver. Looking to win a one-on-one there as Wyatt was moving to his left. And good job by St. Mary's Ryken for really, I guess, staying where they're supposed to be, staying home.
Well, reps, all right? Wyatt gets out there on the flank there. There didn't seem to be many people out there. He wanted to get that ball to his guy. He's trying to spread the ball around. He's trying to make sure everyone gets their hands on it. But I think Wyatt could have taken it up the sidelines a little bit for a more manageable third. Instead of 3rd and 8, maybe 3rd and short.
St. Mary's Ryken defense last week was pretty good on 3rd down. There's an opportunity for them here, and they're going to call a timeout. Coach Brady, I believe, wants a couple seconds to talk about this. Last week, they put good counsel out. If we're being honest, again, coming into just this weird oddball situation where kids don't get a chance to work together, and it was just a constant parade of tough situations down and distance for all 4 teams last week. But Ryken had a really good success at keeping good counsel in these 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, and they got off the field a lot, Kevin, last week.
And they sure did. And you know what? We're talking scheme and all that. And what I'm saying right now is the facts are, Ken, that these guys have had a very tough situation off the field. All right? We're talking about the stresses of being a teenager have quadrupled throughout this pandemic. And
it hasn't gotten easier.
The offset and where you could go out and blow some steam has always been on the football field for me. It's a sanctuary for a lot of these young men. And when life has been quadrupled with stress on top of you and you don't have that release, that outlet, that's horrendous. So no matter what happens on 3rd or 4th down, I just can't get over the fact that so many adults have done so much to make sure this can happen here.
Oh, if I had a telestrator, I'd write the word parents across the screen, because every single one of you out there who have been doing so much to get your kids, I said it last week, practices, shift practices, pod practices, everything, anything. You got your job, you got virtual schools and Zooms, this. I mean, the fact that you got a game here with so many kids in helmet and pads is a testament to the effort by so many parents. You
can't imagine what's had to happen for this to go down.
Wyatt Hagan, that's a draw straight up the middle. He's got room. He's across the 20, and he'll get a 1st down on 3rd and 8. It looked like it was called, Kevin, but either way, he saw it and he took it.
No, he saw it, and that's what he brings to the table. This is a kid who's won a national championship at the grade school level with the Maryland Heat. This is a competitor, and I love when he does with his feet when he has that chance. He's unselfish. He wants to get the ball to his guys, but he knows right there what he's got to do.
Jamar Curtis can't keep his feet. He'll lose a couple yards. Cadets will have 2nd and long.
Was it possible he put a foot in the ground and was making a cut before that handoff hit the belly? I mean, he just has a way about him.
Amir Kendricks will come off the field, get a rest for that middle of that Knights defense.
Well, that's the other thing. These guys got to be exhausted. There's no way you're conditioned to this point. We've run the ball 8 out of 10 times. These guys are up there.
The only good news, Kevin, is that it's not like 100 degrees. You actually, I mean, not that that's any consolation,
but 100 degrees. We have tears pouring down our face right now.
Wyatt Hagan, 2nd and long. Cadets offense. He's looking to throw. Pulls it back. He's going to pump. He's going to hit his receiver. He's going to make his way into the end zone. That's a touchdown. I think it's a touchdown. They're going to call him out of bounds. And the referee is always right, and I'm always wrong. I thought he extended and got over that goal line. And I believe that was Josh Gary.
Yes, it was. Off schedule by Wyatt Hagan. What a play.
He saw something that he wanted. Had the good sense to pull it back.
Accuracy on the move. Moving
Josh
to
Gary.
his left.
And a receiver looking to get open. As soon as the quarterback started moving, what did Josh Gary do? He started moving.
And what did that quarterback do? He turned those hips. He pointed the front part of that hip and that shoulder right directly at the target. That's where the accuracy comes from. Great play. This young receiver is starting to make a difference this spring.
1st and goal. Jamar Curtis out wide, and he's going to scamper into the end zone for a touchdown. St. John's answers the lightning quick strike by the St. Mary's Knights. with a very effective and extremely deliberate march down the field. This game is 1 point away from being tied.
How about the play of the Cadet O-line on that drive with the response to the big play by the St. Mary's Ryken Knights? Starting up front, big number 66, Ian Miller, a Blessed Sacrament dog. The Pete Haley's, the Brett Strackens, Bo Strackens, and Jimmy Kemps of the world run an incredible program over there. I'm lucky enough to be a coach in the program, and this is a great young man getting his second start for the Cadets. Straight on, Mark Mosley style.
Is up.
Did you see it?
Good.
Was that a flat-toed shoe?
It was. T, by the way, T was just tickled with the kicking style that our young man from Military Road brings.
I got it for Christmas in 1983, I believe it was called Super Jock. It was amazing, and at that same time we had the reigning NFL MVP, a straight-on kicker by the name of Mark Mosley.
And now St. John's has Isaiah Smith. I believe that was number 88 out there.
That's old school. That's taking it back right there. I haven't seen that in a minute. Well, at least since last week, Ken.
At least since last week. Just under 8 minutes to go in the game. A little more offense than we saw last week in the early goings of both of those games.
7-7, but it seems to me that both these offenses went about things a different way.
That they did. You think it'll get warmer as the night goes on, Kevin?
I'm not talking to you anymore if you keep asking.
I think it might. I think if you just imagine warmth, it'll happen. There's the kick. This will be fielded. That's number 4, Jordan Scarborough, with his first touch of the game, and he'll crack the 25, where Trevor Norton, the Knights offense, will take over.
A well-designed play by Coach Aaron Brady. You're going to see Coach Brady. He loves to use every inch of the field. He's going to use east-west. He's going to put his athletes in a position. This ball is going to go back to the senior veteran. It's going to get out of his hands, lickety-split. You get Jamari Bowman going upside. This is what they're going to try and accomplish. They're not just going to air it out on every down, but they can.
21 in the backfield for the Knights. Jamari Bowman, classy running back, good WCAC athlete. They're gonna need him tonight, and he's gonna get his first touch. He'll get a yard.
Now this is the deal: physicality at the point of attack. Jamari Bowman's a 3-year veteran in this league, and he brings it. The St. John's defense is as physical as it gets at the high school level.
Arturo Maddox was in on that, Kevin, number 81. Get used to hearing that name. Get used to seeing that number 81 in the center of what will likely be one of the better defenses in this league for as long as he's out there.
I say physical. Longer. You instantly say Arturo. Yep. You, sir, are correct.
Arturo Maddox, middle linebacker spot on this play.
He's a bad dude. Wearing 81, that's nasty.
Scarborough in motion, and he will get the sweep, and he'll be brought down to the 20-yard line, a loss for the Knights.
What inside linebacker, trivia question, have you ever seen wear number 81?
Whew. I'm not going to pull it.
Oh, you had it. It's Arturo Maddox, Ken. I've never seen it done before.
I've never seen it before.
It takes some guts to go out there and do it, and guess what he's got? All of it.
All kinds of guts.
As you can hear in my voice, I'm a huge fan of number 81.
And he's calling the defense. He's a defensive lineman, at middle linebacker, calling that defense for Coach Ward.
He's, I believe, 18 years old, and this is his 15th year of tackle football. Remember his dad telling us 2 years ago, he got him out there in the 7th, 8th year team, and he was 4 years old.
6 on the line for the Cadets. See how many of them they bring. Rushing 4, Nora flush up the middle. Still looking to throw, preserving the ability to throw, and he gets it to his man. Not able to convert on the catch.
Nice job by Trevor Nord giving the team a chance.
Absolutely. Always looking to throw, keeping his option alive. That'll serve. This punt is going past the 50. That's my bet right now.
I don't care what city we're in, what the temperature is, or what month. Do not punt the ball to Jamar Curtis.
Don't do it.
Punt this somewhere else, out of bounds, anywhere but anywhere near him. He is He's Darren Sproles 2.0. His skill set out of the backfield, catching balls in the flat. He's a screen guy, a punt returner extraordinaire.
Here comes the kick, and it is towards the
Aaron Brady has been around the block. Both these head coaches are guys that played major Division I level football. In the box, both of them, an offensive lineman and a linebacker. Coach Brady had to sniff a cup of coffee with the Giants and was a captain at Rutgers. Pat Ward, a 4-year starter at Maryland. This is the type of ball game you want to be at when it's this cold.
Is this the coldest? This is almost. It's like weird.
I told you it was going to be.
I don't know if it's the coldest game we've ever done. I think it's like in the top 2 or 3, which is just weird that it's like a spring football game and we're even saying that.
I would call this game in a bikini right now, but it sounds like we're doing a lot of complaining up here about the weather. We're a little soft. We've been on the couch with an iPad in our hands for way too long. Let's toughen up a little bit.
I'm just trying. I'm trying to bring it home to the people who are sitting. They're sitting at a couch, watching, and then praying that they don't get the bikini shot. Jamar Curtis up the middle, be second in about 6 for the Cadets.
I beg to differ, Ken. I think there could be some interest in that content.
Fair enough.
Let's just not throw that out the window. Let's.
We'll give up.
We'll put a pin in that.
We'll put a pin in that. We'll see what Coach Ward's trying to get done. They kind of picked their way down the field. Only really had one situation where it was 3rd down on that last drive. Wyatt was able to convert with his legs. DJ Lincoln's inside this time. 2 wide receivers wide of him to his left. Bryce Butler, the bottom of your screen, number 14. Wyatt Hagens looks swing it out. Jamar Curtis, he's getting positive yardage. He makes a couple guys miss, makes a couple more guys miss, breaks a tackle, and he is on his way. He's past the 20. He'll step out at about the 19-yard line. Pinball wizard.
I mean, is he covered in Vaseline? Is he just that? People are always right next to him, and they never touch him. It's unbelievable.
Here we go. We get another shot at
this is a good defense here. These guys can play.
Swinging out. This is something I think that they had a lot more available to them last week. And anytime you have the ability to throw the ball to Jamar Curtis, it's always a good idea. Had a chance to talk to Coach Pat Ward a little bit after last week's game. As a gifted offensive play caller, you always look smart when you get the ball to number 5. Trips wide to the right. Wyatt Hagen awaits the snap. Coming out to DJ Lincoln's.
Good grab by DJ Lincoln. Ken, this is a guy with a lot of length, and his sophomore year, which feels like it was 100 years ago, was a guy that was really starting to blossom. He's an excellent blocker on the perimeter, very physical, and I couldn't wait to see what he was going to do this year. He's got all kinds of opportunities coming his way, and he's looking forward to the next 3 or 4 games this spring to show what he can do. Marshall, Liberty, Florida International, Pitt, and Appalachian State in the mix for young DJ Lincoln.
And we always appreciate folks who feed us back and help us out. We'll be able to get you some. We don't want you to miss what Kevin Ricca has to say on these replays. They're gold. Wyatt Hagen looking to pass, looking to his right, inside. That ball would be bounced off the hands of Josh Gary. A little bit hot. You got to put a little extra mustard on it in a win like this, Kevin. He's got zip on his ball naturally, but especially when it's got to be a pinpoint throw. It was a hot throw.
No doubt. That arm's got some pop. And you're right. He was trying to fit that into a window. Like we said, it's just not going to be perfect. We're not going to be critical of that. There's absolutely no ability for these guys to be at the level that we expect to see in the WCAC every year. But I tell you right now, they're at a higher level than 99% of anyone else playing spring ball in the nation right now.
3rd and long, similar spot that they had 3rd and long on the last drive. Jamar Curtis back in the game, joining Wyatt Hagen in the backfield. Bryce Butler rolling out wide left. Wyatt looking to throw. He's going to his right, and he's got a man, and that is a catch in the end zone. Is that Miles Slade? I don't know if that was number 19. I can't catch that number.
16.
No, that's Sean.
Yep.
Sean Williams.
What a ball by Hagen, too.
What a great throw. They moved all the receivers out to the left. Get a chance to see this again. Bryce Butler creating a little bit of space and really opening up that one-on-one on the right side. Wyatt Hagen just putting a beautiful ball.
That's on the money there. Great route, great throw.
Absolutely, and the defender was right there. If it wasn't a perfect throw, not a touchdown, but it was.
Nope, and Coach Ward's going to appreciate the protection. Now that's execution right there, and that's just two guys that can play the game that have been around each other a little bit. And that's what happens when you come out and work hard on your own. You see a lot of these kids on both squads on Twitter getting their workouts in, changing their bodies. These guys, they've been waiting for this moment. They prepared for it, and now they get the opportunity to seize it. Great ball there.
Ryan Dunkel eschewing the head-on kick for a little bit more of a traditional field goal kick.
It seems unfair to run the ball with Jamar, and then pull it down on a little play action and throw a little inside route. In the seam, you need the protection to be there. And like we just said, Ian Miller's doing his thing. But big Jordan Seaton, the freshman guard for the St. John's Cadets, a Maryland offer as a freshman, 6'6". He's got a 7-foot wingspan. This guy is the future. Penn State realized that and offered him yesterday. This is a kid that we're going to hear an awful lot about in the next 3 years.
It's going to be a joy to cover this offensive line. Not just because of him, but because you got a coach who is intimately, invested in the offensive line, and Coach Pat Ward. 14-7, Cadets on top. Kick will go into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. So if you're, yes, it's 14-7, but things that, stand out to me, Ryken's ability to score on the big play, evident right out of the gates, and that's what we've seen in 3 years of covering the Knights program. We've watched them hit on a number of different kinds of big plays. That's not a fluke. That's what they do. They do it well. For the Cadets, Kevin, 3rd and long, 2 straight drives, converting. One was for a touchdown. One was to keep the drive alive. That's solid execution on the part of the Cadets offense.
Yeah, well, when you have studs at every level of the defense, from the front 7 all through the secondary, 3rd and long is...
Oh, that ball is almost picked off. I believe that was Xavier Terry who last had a chance on his fingertips, but that ball bounced Plinko style off about 4 different players. Trevor Norred trying to get the ball to Jordan Scarborough inside. Same kind of situation as Wyatt Hagan had with Josh Gary going the other way, and pretty much the same spot on the field. Just a hot ball on a windy night in traffic.
Yep, a tad bit high on the throw, but like we said, that's going to happen tonight. And keep an eye on Rohan Davey, number 44 for the Cadets. He is a tackling machine, and then that last shot John just gave us, we can see what he's been doing during this pandemic, and it ain't been sitting on the couch eating ho-hos.
Jamari Bowman getting positive yardage on 2nd and 10. Giving Coach Brady a manageable 3rd down opportunity, number 21. The thing that I enjoyed about Jamari Bowman is that when a defender gets his hands on him, that's only the first part of the story. That's only the first part of his run. He's a physical and gifted runner.
Yes, and him and Trevor Nord are champions, back-to-back champions. Not going to get a chance to defend it a 3rd time, but no one else can have it. So, it's been theirs. They've been the champs of their division, and they play like it.
First flag of the game.
Fool me once.
And we're going to have fingers pointing in multiple directions, but I believe they're going to back. No, they're going to call this on the Cadets. I haven't gotten this call right in the last 2 weeks. That will, I believe, bring up a 1st down for St. Mary's Ryken. And 10.
And I'm appreciative of your never quit attitude about getting this wrong every time. So let's continue it.
I'm gonna just never give up. My Mustang pride. I'm just gonna keep on going. Darius Henderson checking in the game. He'll be in slot. Him and Jordan Scarborough are underneath in a little bit of a mini bunch formation. And Trevor Nord's gonna be flushed out to his right, and he's on the run, and he's gonna hold it, and he's gonna keep it. There's a flag down on the far side of the field, way away from the play. I believe they're gonna get maybe Gary Rosemond for something going on there with Nick Devey. We'll see. I think it might have been a hold, some kind of contact. It couldn't have been farther away from the play.
Trevor has such a comfortable feel in the pocket. He felt that coming, making his move, gaining some positive yardage. It wasn't.
I think he was looking that way,
right,
which makes it an easy call for the referee. Looking to his left, looking for number 2.
I'll tell you what, you don't have to look for number 50, Clayton Allen. We saw him in pregame. He walked by us, and there was a bit of an eclipse, and that man is all of it.
Yeah, he's definitely a specimen at left tackle for Coach Brady and this Knights offense. 1st and 10. Nord in the shotgun. Scarborough in motion. Bowman gets up the middle, and he'll be dropped for a 1-yard loss. And I'll tell you what, it's just hard, tough sledding when you attack that middle part of the Cadet defensive line.
Yeah, Marcus Simmons seemed to be the first one there before the team picture was taken in the backfield.
2nd and long. Nord has the play coming in from the sidelines on a gorgeous night. Gorgeous night down here in Leonardtown as you're starting to see the shadows from the lights, the Friday night lights on this field. We're so thankful to be down here calling high school football in the WCAC, 2nd and 12. And it will be an inside handoff, and it will be nowhere to run for a second play. I believe they'll give him a no gain.
Marcus Simmons up in the mix again. Looks like he's having a pretty good series, Ken.
Jamari Bowman, tough going in the middle there. Can't give up on that play, though. You give the ball to Jamari Bowman enough times, he's going to find space. As our main man, Cooper Smith, checking back into the game, giving Darius Henderson a break. A lot of two-way players on that side. You know, not just two-way players, just guys who can play about 4 or 5 positions.
Yep.
That's yeah, Iron Man, sure, but just awesome athletes who can just play whatever you ask them to play. 3rd and long.
Like Jordan Scarborough, number 4. Keep an eye on him here.
Moving out to his left, the righty under pressure, and he will throw it back to the line of scrimmage. Save the sack.
Yep, that's self-defense right there. Saving the sack is always something you got to do for the team. Of a college pro type play by Trevor with the awareness, but I'm not sure he was throwing it to over here on the sideline.
Yeah, well, there was 4 cadets who were closer to him than any other people in the stadium.
And stud senior veteran champion quarterbacks in this league usually get the benefit of the doubt.
Andrew Burke, high kick, looking for a good bounce, and he gets it. And that ball will roll on down to the 30-yard line where the Cadets offense will take over with just under a minute to play in the first quarter, up 14-7.
And every punt that's 20 yards from Jamar is tremendous.
Yeah, I extol the virtues of Andrew Burke's leg. I had a chance to talk to the staff earlier tonight.
Hold on 1 second. What do you do? What did you say you were doing?
Just extolling some virtues.
You were extolling virtues? All right.
Just extolling virtues.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just what I do before games. And he's looking to get a chance to kick at the next level, and I think he's got the leg to do it. And I hope he has that opportunity and continues to pursue it. He's serious about the game of football, and I always root for guys like that. Wyatt Hagan handed off to Christian Rawlings. He's got room to run around the left side, and he puts his shoulder down at the 38-yard line. And he'll be about a half yard short of the first down.
He's a powerful young man, and I really can't wait to see him for the rest of the night. Jamar seems like he's already gotten about 10 handoffs. Christian's going to get a chance to show what he's got. And he brings it with the pads.
Once again, another great job by the offensive line.
Excellent collision. That's what we've been looking for.
Always want an opportunity. Good job by Brandon Jefferson. Only one way to get a tackle in this league, and then there's going to be some contact during that tackle.
There's some contact going on right here. There's a
The
wind
freshman, by the
off
way,
my
the freshman
grill.
linebacker. The wind is definitely making contact. Wyatt Hagan going to get the snap off. No, he's not. That'll be it for one quarter of play. Once again, from the Mill Family Field, home of the St. Mary's Ryken Knights, who are playing host to the WCAC in the spring football season. So great to see the parents who are able to be out here tonight, but to all you parents at home, grandparents, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, who can't see your sons, your brother, your nephew, your grandkids, we're so happy to bring that to you guys. And we hope that you are enjoying a night of football out of the WCAC. I know we are, Kevin. And this is, to me, the gift I've been waiting really over a year for. We're basically about a year. I think T and I talked about it last week. We're like a year removed from the whole world shutting down, and to be from that point to tonight, it's the last 2 weeks. We get to call our third game in 7 days. That's a gift, and I am absolutely thankful for it.
I mean, so thankful for it. The last actual football game I attended in person was St. John's Council Championship game. That's a very long time to go without being on the sidelines. And I'm just a fan. So forget about that. These guys, I'm so pumped for them. If you could see these kids pregame, the pregame warm-ups, it was so enthusiastic.
Mid-season form.
They're feeling good about things. You know, there's a little pep in these guys' step, and they've earned it. They deserve it. Wyatt
Hagan, he will move out to his right. He's got Bryce Butler, but he's not going Bryce Butler. Instead, he's going deep, and he's got a man. I believe that is Josh
Gary.
Now, he had Bryce Butler wide open underneath, and for a second he thought about it, but he knew he had his man, and he knew that Josh was making his way upfield. Similar play as what St. Mary's Ryken was able to pull off on the first play of the game. Had that little underneath. There's number 14, but nope. Instead, number 3 catches the ball at the 30-yard line. He gets in for a score. St. John's equally as capable to strike in one play as any team in this league.
And to watch Wyatt Hagan's footwork and ball handling skills there. What a tremendous fake. The whole defense bit. That was serious. And what a great job. The wind cheater, he didn't underthrow it. He got enough on it. Yes, it slowed Josh Gary down. That's what you do in that situation. You do not want to overthrow and no one's within 15 yards. This kid can play. And Gary.
And shout out to Josh Gary and the Gary family. The easiest ball in the world to miss is the one that you're all by yourself trying to catch.
No doubt about it. But he's got himself another kid who's physically transformed throughout the course of the last year. He's ready this year. He didn't want to be sent on the bench for one more second.
Cadets up 21-7. We just got underway here in the second quarter.
Here we go. And we're back.
St. Mary's Ryken taking it over here. On offense, down 21-7. Looking to strike back. Just
want to see them get into their quick game here, Ken. Let's pick up 5 yards on first down, make second down a little more manageable. I know they're trying to get that run game started, but there's some burly men on that D-line. I mean, Tyze Johnson.
We're going to get an early start there. Matt Hare, number 22. I tell you what, we're not going to miss a chance to say his name. We're not going to miss a chance. Now, he's going to get called for the penalty here, but he's not going to get called for anything but awesomeness from this booth.
Absolutely.
From our mics.
Absolutely.
On this air. Our hats are off to you, sir, number 22. He wasn't wearing 22 last week, was he, Kev?
No, man. I think he put on 61 for the sake of the team. 2 centers ahead of him, unable to play. He switched up as the starting linebacker, 3-year starter, baseball stud, heading to Widener to play both. Engineering major, most unselfish kid on this 85-acre campus, according to Coach. That's what we're talking about. People looking out for others at this time is what we need.
Wide run. Going to be positive yardage for the Knights. It's going to still bring up 2nd and long. And you know what? We got to say thank you to Matt Harry. Glad he took that first step because it gave us a chance to say his name, make sure his family knows how proud everyone in this entire school and program and league is of that young man. Second and 11. Clock running. Trevor Norrid going to let Jordan Scarborough. He's going to sweep around to the left. He'll make his cut upfield.
Such a tough kid. Got to find ways to get the ball in his hands.
They want to throw it to him. They want to hand it off to him.
And they have. Oh, yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. They've taught me this. This is not my opinion. Yeah. I've watched them for years, and I really enjoy this offense. Sometimes offense is a little more difficult to run this time of year. If you think back, it would be still basically the preseason, where defenses are always usually ahead of the offenses based on timing and just everyone being together with reps. So watching these guys battle for a few yards, it's a struggle out here. But they got some talent like we saw in that first play. They're capable.
3rd and long, test for the Knights offense. That offense wants to stay on the field. Coach Ward and his cadets looking to get off the field. Here goes Trevor Norrid. He's looking to his right. He's going for all of it. He puts a lot of air underneath, and that's going to be a no call, and I believe it's the right call. Gary Rosemond, Jordan Scarborough getting a little bit tangled up there about the 40, 42, 43-yard line. And again, referee, good job swallowing that whistle. I don't think that was a penalty.
Yeah, they got their feet tangled up.
Andrew Burke will come out. I'm looking for wind socks on the goalpost to tell me which way the wind's blowing. Flags are laying pretty flat, but I got to tell you, everybody at home, there's wind here. That when you watch this ball come off his foot, it's going to be impacted by wind. And it's going to be I thought it was going to be a fake, but it won't. You know what? That's just trying to keep the ball away from Jamar Curtis. Late fair catch call at the 33-yard line. Really well executed by Andrew Burke.
The rugby punt.
And there's a flag down. The reason why I thought it was going to be a fake, because he ran so far out to the right. This has got to be an ineligible man downfield, I'm guessing.
Well, as Coach Brady says, we don't have time to practice special teams. He now goes from a traditional punt situation to a rugby punt sprint out.
Yeah.
He just pulled that one out of the back pocket. I think he might have been sandbagging a tad bit, but what a tremendous strategy to keep the ball away from Jamar, because a fair catch is a W.
Let's see what we get a call here from the ref.
There was a bit of a late altercation. I think they're going to take the Cadets back 15.
Yeah, that'll go get St. John's. So good on the Knights. One of the hardest things about a play like that is discipline. Did not get downfield too soon. You got to wait for that ball to get kicked. Got to give Andrew Burke a couple extra seconds to get out wide.
Well, the 25-yard line. See, normally Jamar Curtis likes it from outside 80s. Last weekend, for that touchdown, what was that, 80s house party right away?
80s house party
It was an 80s house party. It was from the 20-yard line. I mean, the running man headed all the way into the end zone. He did. He scoop, there it is in the end zone.
Just missed a little bit of kid and play. Wyatt Hagan out to his right. DJ Lincolns, and he is on the move. Good tackle there. By
touchdown-saving tackle.
Touchdown-saving tackle. We'll get a number on that for you here in a second. I couldn't see from the crow's nest. You know what? That's a good opportunity to say once again, this defense here in Leonardtown, they did that last week. Good tackling.
Well, they're extreme.
And that's the freshman. That's the freshman once again. I believe that was.
I got 27.
I got 27. That says London Thomas here, the junior DB. And he's if that's who I think it is, he's coming back from an injury. He's making it. I believe he might be making his first start. There's the give, number 5. Good yardage on first down. Cadets second and about 4 yards. I believe that is number 27. Oh, you know what? There's two 27s. There's Brandon Jefferson and London Thomas. I think London Thomas, unfortunately, is injured, and as the play goes on. It's going to be a first down, good for first down yards. I just want to make sure parents hear their kid's name correctly.
I agree.
And I believe that was the freshman linebacker, Brandon Jefferson, number 27.
There you go.
If it wasn't London Thomas, but both of those families should be proud of their kids. The junior London Thomas, the freshman Brandon Jefferson. Appreciate both you boys and your families.
And while we're doing it, as I'm watching this O-line for St. John's, that's pretty much been in control of this first half. We got to give a shout-out to Ryken Mason, a 2-year starter for the Cadets, out there playing very tough. This young man's committed to Monmouth. And once again, another guy that, he doesn't have to be out here tonight, Ken. He's out here with his guys for the love of the game. And I'm proud of those guys that made those choices. Everyone has to make their own. I'm proud of everyone for making the right choice for themselves.
Christian Rawlings swings out to the right. Wyatt Hagens with a zipper. Is that DJ? Great pass by Wyatt Hagens. Just a good way to unload it, and that was DJ Lincoln's.
These guys have been hooking up for years. This is an excellent connection. They have that feeling about where each other's going to be. It's a great combination. It's a shame we don't get it for a full season, but you know what? We get what we get these days. Look at the big.
We got tonight. Who needs tomorrow? I believe.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: when this game's over, I'm not staying. As much as I love it here, and I do. This is.
Why don't you stay, Kev? Why don't you stay? Ryken Mason able to get off the field under his own power. We hope he's okay. Looks like he was able to get up and get off the field, as we say his name and talk about him. But he's. Like you said, Kevin, he's out here because he loves the sport, and he's out here because he loves his school. And guess what, Kyreek? They love you back, buddy, and they're so happy to see you out here in a helmet and pads. We hope he's okay. We assume that he is, and we will let you know if and when we find out anything about it.
Yeah, just giving everyone a little bit of perspective. I mean, I'm looking at about maybe 100 people in the stands.
Yeah.
I think each kid got one ticket. And we are in a little nook in the state of Maryland that's surrounded by water. And the natural landscape for a Friday night setting it's making me just remember what we missed in the fall.
It is now, and again, out of respect to the good folk of St. Mary's County, I like to call myself a Southern Maryland guy. I'm Anne Arundel, Calvert County. This is southern of that. So this to me is one of the great spots, like you said, Kev. Maryland shining as bright as it does, and this is just an area of Maryland that maybe doesn't get as much play as it needs to and should.
Benedict Leonard Calvert, who the city's named after.
Love it. Love the history lesson. This is an educational show, by the way. Everyone knows. Wyatt Hagen. Handoff right away. Is that number 88 getting in there?
That's number 66 getting in there.
These old eyes.
Terrence
6s and 8s.
McCauley getting work done in the backfield.
We had a chance to call his name out last week. Probably should have said his name more than I did last week, but based on the work that they did on that defensive line. Terrence McCauley just absolutely winning that one-on-one battle, dropping the cadet for a loss, be second and long.
Ken, not only do they play championship-level football down here in the WCAC, the St. Mary's Ryken Knights, but in Leonardtown, the home of the National Oyster Shucking Championship. Guess what, man? You shuck them, I'll eat them.
Oh, well, oh, shucks, Kev. I don't know what to say about that.
I just gave you the worst job. Mine sounds great.
Wyatt Hagens, Jamar Curtis moving out to his right. Wyatt Hagens looking downfield, keeping his eyes downfield. We got a flag in the backfield. Hagen on the run.
Showing the Jets there, Wyatt. And guess what? Someone else decided to show the Jets there as well. That looks like, was that number 3, Jack Smith, senior outside linebacker?
Oh, another name from our past.
Yes,
We've had an
is.
opportunity to say that name in a couple of championship games.
I think we're going to have a couple holds here. It looks like a laundromat had a malfunction, but.
And as I explained to Wyatt last week, not saying Wyatt.
That's I apologize. Number 9, Kalen Perez. He's the one getting after it. Not that Jack Smith hasn't. He's been doing that for years.
He's been doing it for years. Senior linebacker, Jack's. But to the Hagen family, I like to say Higgins. Higgins is under the center. Higgins moving out to his right. Not I'm not pluralizing.
You've been talking about this all afternoon.
It's important to me that parents know that we know what their kids' names are.
Fair enough.
Wyatt not under center. He's in shotgun. Second and pretty long. Jamar Curtis. Miss absolutely making one guy, two guys, but not the third guy. And I think
man,
that was
is Terrence
Xavier.
McCauley? Terrence McCauley again. 66. I know, those 6s and 8s, double numbered, they do look very similar from where we're at, but 90 years worth of eyes up here probably isn't
We're just doing what we can. Terrence McCauley, good on you. That's
a hell of a series for that guy.
Third and long. Now, we've given St. John some props early in this game for their abilities on third and long. 3rd and 32 is, I don't know how many playbooks have this play in them, but we're going to see if Pat Ward brought it all the way down Route 5 tonight. Trips left. Kind of a bunch formation there.
That's exactly what it is. It's bunch trips left.
T would be so proud. T's at home right now saying, I can't believe these people are saying my name. He doesn't want to be associated with me, at least. I know that much.
Well, T didn't have to ride down to Southern Maryland with the driver slowly eating children's applesauce out of a Pop Top. It was quite disturbing.
Oh, by the way, shout out to St. Megan, who said, you know what, you're going to need a snack tonight. She reached into her snack bag, and out came the squeeze pouch of applesauce, and I said, 100% yes.
Yeah.
That's fruit.
Yeah.
That's health.
Yeah,
that's all I'm getting.
Yeah, but you asking me to feed it to you was weird, be honest.
Well, it's Lent, so I can't eat meat, and so the meat in the bag, the squeezed meat pouch was out.
Yeah.
The beef jerky in a pouch, no chance. Had to go with the Mott's applesauce squeeze pouch on the drive down Route 5.
Yeah,
come on. Nothing better than that.
It sounds just as disturbing now as when I referenced it earlier. I'm thinking we move forward on this one.
Let's move forward.
Yeah.
I tell you who needs to move forward is the St. John's offense. They need to move about 32 yards forward. This might be an old school Kevin Ricca pooch punt scenario.
32 is a lot. But I don't think they're pooch punting here. I think DJ Lincoln's is going to be running some type of deep crossing route.
Trips left. Wyatt Hagan, he's going to draw, moving up, and he will be rescued by the refs.
Ken, I'm telling you, we say it again, Terrence McCauley is having an all-league type of night. He's been in that backfield 3 of the last 4 plays, wreaking havoc.
I thought there was only 25% capacity allowed in the backfield because of COVID restrictions, but apparently they've opened it up down here in Southern Maryland.
Different counties, different laws, and you know what I love about the WCAC?
Just walk right in.
We always got a guy somewhere, whether we need to go to Northern Virginia, to Ireton, and O'Connell and Paul VI, to reach out to our brothers down here at St. Mary's Ryken, brothers and sisters. Everyone's so welcoming. Could Aaron Brady have been more welcoming to us today, giving us a tour of the facilities, sitting there with St. John's AD?
I think he got a piece of that, by the way. There's going to be a little bit of a roll, but I believe, and who was that? If I got my number right, and I probably don't, I want to say that was Matt Harrer, number 22. Now, Matt Harrer was in the vicinity, and John maybe will give us a replay and prove me dead wrong. No, it wasn't. It was Amir Kendrick. Amir Kendrick and the whole Kendrick family. Good on you guys. Let's see. I believe that. Let's see if number 1 is the guy who gets back there and puts his hand on this ball. It wasn't Amir.
Good effort, man.
I'm just looking at who the coaches are dapping up as they come off the field.
Was it Braylon Rice, number 11? Why not just start saying names, man? They all deserve it.
Either way, good result for the Knights. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Down 2 touchdowns. Trevor Norred moving to his right. He's got time. He's under pressure. And that ball will be incomplete. Looking for Nick Deavy.
That ball, it took a lot of strength to throw that ball as far as he did, right on the money. And I'm telling you, Trevor Norred has a little hitch in his giddy-up. I think he's just got a little bump and bruise there, lower body injury that looks like he's fighting through. Tough defensive line to not be 100% scrambling for your life for. But If anyone's going to get it done, it's that guy.
Was that D.O. chasing him down? T's not here, and he's in charge of saying all names on this field. But D.O., I'll tell you one thing right now, number 8 for St. John's is a stud. He's like a second or third round pick in fantasy drafts in the WCAC, most average draft, ADP.
I'm taking him in a futures league, I promise you right now.
Trevor Norad. Now, a little bit fancy there. A couple guys in that backfield. Jamari Bowman ends up with the ball. That's a situation where everyone's in one place. Becomes pretty academic for that kind of a talented defensive line for St. John's. They could tackle pretty much everyone in the vicinity in a play like that, Kevin, and that's what they did.
It looked like a clown car parked, and St. John's tackled everyone that got out.
Tackled everybody. One of them had the ball. It's going to be 3rd and long for the Knights. Taking, let's see, they're going to be about a 38-yard line. Trevor Norad all by himself in the backfield, trips left. Cadets rushing 4. Norad has time. He's going to step up into the pocket, and he'll be brought down just before the 40-yard line by a pair of Cadets.
Isaiah Smith, number 88.
Who, by the way, I earlier called out his name as a kicker. I don't believe that was him.
No, but I don't believe he can't kick. I mean, Virginia Tech, Maryland, Boston College, UVA, Arizona, Michigan think he can play defensive end. All those offers, all that talent.
Andrew Burke back on the field for the Knights. He'll stand at his own 28-yard line. St. John's, Jamar Curtis. He'll look to pick that. He's not going to shy away. Now, he will back away from that ball. He loves a good bounce. But that ball will get a St. Mary's Ryken Knight bounce inside the 20 where the Cadets will take over. And I'll tell you what, and Kevin, you're with your history of playing football, not just at a high level in college, but also in this conference and so many of our friends who are listening tonight, sometimes you just feel like you know where that ball is going to bounce when it hits the ground. It's an oblong, weird-shaped piece of leather, and it can do anything in the world at once. But sometimes guys like Jamar Curtis, they just feel like, you know what? I know where it's going to bounce. And guess what? Most of the time, they do.
Yeah, well, that kid catches everything. He never fumbles, and
that's right.
And he's a warrior. So yeah, I'll go with you on that one. I'm not going with Strachan on the quarterback center exchange, falling straight down on whose fault that is.
We'll get to that. That's second half material.
Yeah. Well, I agree.
Wyatt Hagan, quick out to his left, number 3. He's been busy tonight. Josh Gary, positive yardage on first down for the Cadet offense. It'll be 2nd and short.
It's pretty cool.
That's a pretty dynamic play, by the way.
Yes, it is. And in years past, we would talk about Josh Gary being on the team and immediately reference his father, who I got to play against in high school at Riverdale Baptist, and he went on to be a super stud at Marshall, Georgia, and for the Denver Broncos. But you notice we don't really talk about the old man anymore. By old man, I mean he's my exact age.
Yeah, exactly.
And a great guy. We're talking about this young man and what he's done and what a player he's become. I think he's a budding star, Ken.
Bright future for Josh Gary. Bright present, actually.
Yeah.
Having himself a game.
Yes, he is.
2nd and short. Hagan low snap. He's still able to get it off. Just the fact that the ball wasn't turned over in that play is a success story for that play. The flag is down. Looks like it's going to be a hold on the offensive line. But Kevin, that's amazing hands by Wyatt Hagan.
One of the most undervalued skills of the quarterback position is the ball handling, and we saw on that play action earlier what an amazing fake, the timing. It's obviously something he's worked hard upon. But that fielding that ball, that's like a second baseman turning 2 after he takes it off the chest. That handoff went from the ground exactly to where we're supposed to go. That's what you need back there, an athlete.
Let me ask you, Kevin, if T was here, would he say quarterback fields a low snap and he puts the ball in the running back's gut? Is it the center's fault? I'm not sure exactly.
You're going to have to ask Timothy Strachan. And
T, I know you're listening, buddy. We love you. We miss you. We love your pearls. No, your tidbits.
Yeah, tidbits.
It's all about the T's tidbits.
I'm not saying it.
It's going to be 3rd and short. Coach Brady deciding to, I believe, decline that penalty.
It's a big big moment here. A stop with a possibility to put some points on the board and be within.
There's momentum at stake in this game on this play. Ryken will blitz, free up the middle. That ball's going to come off the hands. I don't believe I saw a
Bryce
flag.
Butler.
Nope. But came off the hands of number 14. Yeah, there is a flag, and I think they're going to get it. Roughing the passer. The blitzer came free. The fifth guy came straight up the middle. I'm not sure who that was. We'll call that out. But at the same time, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a first down for St. John's as a result of that. I like the call. Let's see if we can get a replay of that blitz. We watch that linebacker walk it up and execute for the Knights defense.
I tell you what, Ken, 2 years ago, Wyatt Hagan comes into the game in the fourth quarter against eventual WCAC champion Good Counsel, leads the team to a comeback with some really, really gutsy throws and getting the ball to Rakim Jarrett. This is a kid who's got a bright future in the league, and that was his coming out party. Tonight you're starting to see him turn into a bit of a veteran.
Hagan holds. He's going deep. He's got a man, and he's just overthrowing Bryce Butler, the tight end that we've had such a good time covering the last couple seasons. Bryce has come into his own as a receiver. Wyatt wants it back. You know he wants it back. We talked about it earlier, Kevin. One of the hardest throws to make, one of the hardest catches to make is when it's right there.
I just want to hug both these guys because we're here covering this live, and people that have watched football forever are like, oh, man, what the heck? Do you know what the heck? They haven't done this. They haven't done it. The timing's not there. They're playing Friday night under the lights. It's just a tad bit off. This is stuff that gets rectified throughout the course of a 3-month season instead of a 5-week, 6-week season.
There were two defensive linemen hitting number 12 at the time. He had to throw a ball to a spot. He wasn't throwing to the receiver there. And Bryce Butler, who, by the way, has been an absolute joy to watch in his development as a football player, just wasn't there yet. Wyatt Hagan will pull it, and he'll go, again, outside route. Timing just a little bit off with Sean Williams there. It'll bring up 3rd and long. Here's what I like about what's happening on the Cadet side. I think for the Knights, this drive, they've been playing great defense, and that deserves to be a thing. There's a flag on the field. We'll find out what that's about. It's going to be against St. John's.
Yes,
Coach Brady, once again, is going to have another decision to make. Well, let's talk about what Coach Ward is doing on offense. These are timing patterns. Right. The defensive line is getting into Wyatt Hagan's face. He's not throwing to a receiver. He's throwing to a spot. Mm-hmm. A spot is only as good as the amount of time you have to practice about a quarterback throwing and a receiver getting there. That play to Sean Williams, again, a timing pattern. He's throwing it before Sean Williams turns around, just a little bit off. Guess what, everybody? It's March 20th.
Right. That's why we're here.
That's right. And I think that when you look at what the product on this field is today, when we come back in September and cover this exact same game between these teams and all these teams in this conference, oh, my goodness. Mm-hmm. Wait until you see what they're able to do because of this. Because
of getting spring reps. So important, not just for the mental health, for the physical development.
White's running out to his wife. He's directing traffic. He's pointing, and he has got a receiver, and that's going to be first down. And then some Jamar Curtis. He doesn't get caught from behind very often, but this time he does. He'll be brought down inside the 20. Again, I'm amazed that he is brought down from behind, but guess what?
Well, I'm going to say
he
this.
Absolutely is, and let's just make sure we get that out there. I think
he didn't get walked. He was coming from right to left. He ran about 60 yards to get to his 30, but
he got caught from a side.
But that's okay because I don't care how you catch him. If you catch him, you got wheels.
It's like a county fair, thing. If you can bring down, I mean,
that's a lot of wheel. We got to get a number there. Who is that masked man?
I thought that was 18, Jacob Pinckney, but I could be mistaken. If that is, in fact, the junior outside linebacker, you, sir, just made an amazing play.
Yeah, you did. And when the boys are at film, there's going to be a bit of a couple hooting and hollering going on because that's a touchdown-saving play for the most dynamic player maybe in the league.
I want that family to be in their basement watching this on the big screen, celebrating the fact that
let's take another peek. Play. John, if you don't mind, let's take another peek at that. We got to see this. Time? This was
especially when here we go. All right, so Wyatt's calling it out. I mean, there he is at the 50, coming all the way across, coming all the way out of nowhere. Yeah, that's 18. I believe that is Mr. Pinckney. Sir, you, my friend, just made an amazing play. I love plays like that, too, because, yeah, it's a great big gain, and St. John's fans in their own basements are getting excited because they should, because they just converted on a big-time play. But I'll tell you what, man, if you're the Pinckney family or if you're a St. Mary's Ryken Knight fan and you see a kid trailing one of the fastest and most electric athletes in the entire DMV and making a play from behind, that's like a season in one play.
Yeah, man, this is another – this is why we're out here. These highlights exist forever. There's got to be a couple college coaches out there going, hey, man, who was that guy that just tackled number 5?
You know, I read in the Washington Post, and I appreciate them covering the WCAC, and I appreciate them, paying attention again to high school sports because they should, because I love the Washington Post, and they should care about high school sports, and they didn't for a while, and I'm glad that they're back to it. Jake, we appreciate you and all that you do for this league and covering it, but let me tell you right now, it seems like everyone's surprised that people are keeping score and caring about results. That's kind of what we do, and we will put a final score on this game. But that play is a perfect example of what this is all about. Oh God, I'm going to get too excited about a play in which the St. Mary's Ryken Knight wished it didn't go that way, but that tackle.
Yeah.
But that is, to me, that is everything. That kid came coming from
speed.
Yeah, I'm going to get over it. I got too much time to get
you already
excited
did.
about
I'm just going to say, get it all off your chest. We're going to keep going here.
We're going to move on. Wyatt Hagen is going to take the ball first and long for the St. John's Cadets. We did have a penalty there.
Ken, if there's one thing I do appreciate about this league, it's the toughness at the quarterback position across the board. There's no more guys that aren't taking hits. These two guys tonight prove positive of that. That is a ball and a half right there. That with some mustard on it, straight zip, straight to the gut. Couldn't have been put anywhere else. Did he hang on at the end?
Sean Williams wasn't able to convert. He came up a little bit gimpy, but
I didn't see the drop. I thought that was hey, Sean Williams is going to be a heck of a player. But, yeah, you're right. He seems like he's got a little bit of a little stinger, little shoulder stinger.
I think that's what it was. I think he took a shoulder pad to his right arm there just at the end. Here we'll get a second look at it, and he had a one-on-one. Good ID by Wyatt to find his one-on-one and to put a ball in there. Yeah,
it did. The ball jumps off his hand. It really does. I love his motion. It's so compact. It's like that perfect golf swing. There's nothing wrong with it. No wasted motion.
I don't know anything about perfect golf swings, but I'm working on it. Wyatt Hagen out to his right, a wide-open receiver, and again, it's just going to bounce around. That ball, to me...
Keep your head up. This is all right, man.
Josh Gary's credit, that was right in... He was looking right back at the light on that one.
Yeah, I mean...
there's no other way he misses that ball. It kind of bounced around, but again, we talked about it twice already tonight. Josh Gary's found himself alone on this field. For whatever reason, we need to call Charles and be like, hey, by the way, maybe you need to dial up a defender on that one. I think at the end of the day, Josh Gary is going to make 99.9% of those catches.
Right, and guess what? When there's a blown coverage this time of the year, this is what happens. Hey, Josh Gary, I like that they're up there banging their head and blah blah blah, but these coaches know what the deal is. These coaches have told us what the deal is.
Yep. Wide out to his right, under a little bit of pressure, and he is going to get the ball away.
Oh, how do you get rid of it?
And that ball is catchable, and that ball is going to be caught.
Oh, man.
Unbelievable scramble. Eli Manning in the Super Bowl-esque in the grasp, on his way to the ground, puts the ball in the air. It looks like DJ Lincoln's in the end zone.
DJ Lincoln is in the end zone, dapping up the St. John's faithful underneath the crossbar. What a play by Wyatt Hagen. How did he get rid of it? This is the strength of Wyatt Hagen and the strength of his arm.
He makes a guy miss early. Ryken rushes 4. Looks like Amir Kendrick had a chance at him. Wyatt Hagen gets that ball away.
And then to a guy that he knows is going to make a play. I talked about this connection between Hagen and Lincoln. And
we got to see a glimpse of DJ at the end of 15 months ago.
Sure.
When he was just starting to fill out that St. John's uniform.
He was, and
he was getting reps with that team.
And he became a hell of a blocker. We watched his physicality blossom, but now that's that playmaker. Wyatt Hagen's got absolute trust to put that ball up there for a guy that he knows is going to come down with it.
Dunkel with the kick. It is up and good. 28-7. The story of the scoreboard will tell you one thing. St. John's in command of this game in terms of score. We've seen the momentum shift both ways. And what we basically seen is we've seen a bunch of sidelines making plays. White Hagen, by the way, is playing a different game than I saw him play last week. Against McNamara, again, first game of the season, St. John's offense stifled a little bit. McNamara super stout, to say the least, up front. They were able to capitalize on big plays, and by the end of a four-quarter game, St. John's did what St. John's does, and they wear you down. And White Hagen had a good day.
Right.
But what he's doing out here tonight is a step up.
And he's putting this on tape. All these kids are on tape. All these parents that one parent's allowed here, one parent's watching from home. Thank you for listening to us. If there's anything we can do, we'd love to do it. We're here for these guys. This is ridiculous, Ken. Right now, these guys, I'm looking at these highlights you're talking about. These guys are stockpiling highlights.
Absolutely.
Tape. This is so important. This is one of the most important aspects of what's going on right now in the league.
Yeah. Jacob Pickney putting it on tape. Here we go with St. John's. Kick this ball off with a minute and a half to go in the first half. That ball will be fielded short. Jordan Scarborough working the middle of the field. He's going to get what he can. He'll be dropped at the 35-yard line. Just over a minute to play. St. Mary's Ryken looking to get something going before the end of this half. Now, St. John's will have the ball first in the second half. So Coach Brady definitely wants to get something out of this drive.
I think you're going to see a shot right here. It's Jordan Scarborough time, Ken.
It's Jordan Scarborough time. If they can get him the ball in the passing game, that'd be something that the Cadet secondary has been able to put him as a little bit of an afterthought. Jamari Bowman will get off that field. I'm looking at Cooper Smith. I'd like to see him have an opportunity here. Oh, and they do go for Jordan Scarborough, and that ball will be picked off.
Such length.
Is that Gary Rosemond?
No,
that wasn't Gary Rosemond.
Oh, no, that is number 4, Xavier Terry.
Oh, man.
He's been starting in this secondary for years. The senior veteran shows his athleticism and length. I mean, Trevor Norwood, it was a nice ball. Sometimes you just can't understand how much length and timing the safety makes. Quick release.
Yeah, just didn't get enough.
Just slightly behind him.
Under it and giving number 4 a chance to run underneath something maybe a little bit deeper. I'll tell you, everybody, if you're not out here tonight, you don't understand how hard it is to get air under a ball and make it go 30, 40 yards.
Well,
any other day, Trevor can get the ball down the field. Trust me.
Someone's about to get air under a ball and throw it 30 or 40 yards right here. If I feel it, and I know old Coach Ward, I'm thinking play action shot, sudden change. Here we go.
4 wide. Handoff to Jamar, and he is going to make some guys miss the line of scrimmage. He's up the right sideline. He's across the 30-yard line. He'll step out at the 30. It's 1 minute to go in the first half, and the Cadets.
There's a reason why Pat Ward's down there with headsets on, and I'm up here freezing cold with you. Why play action when you can just hand it off to 5? Come on, keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah, when it comes to us versus Coach Brady, Coach Ward, Coach Stefanelli, Coach Lloyd.
Take it easy. Let's not say we. I don't.
No, I'm trying to help you out.
No, I'm below. But come on, man. Let's go here.
I'm saying there is no competition.
There's none.
They're right. We're wrong.
And we're all happy.
The world is balanced. Wyatt moving up the middle. He's going to get a shot away. Josh Gary just getting a little bit of a knock by the defender at the last second. Now, there will be a flag there.
What do you got?
I don't like it, but I think they're going to call the defender there a second early. I kind of liked the play. I kind of liked the contact. I think they're going to get pass interference there on the defender, and that's going to be it's going to move the ball up for the Cadets. I think St. John's is okay. Both of these teams are okay playing with that level of contact. It was not ticky tack, but it was bang bang. And there, you know what? managed to get my message across. They just wiped out the penalty. They were going to say no foul on the play. I didn't realize they were listening to First Amendment Sports.
You've been bullying people all day. Why stop now?
Great no call by the refs, Kevin. Just good on the refs for getting together and saying, you know what, it was too close.
They need reps too.
That's right. Wyatt looking to throw. He's under pressure, and that ball will be tracked down by DJ Lincolns. Now, when I say tracked down, this wasn't a long throw that was tracked down. This was a throw into traffic because Wyatt Hagan was about to get destroyed by 4 defenders.
Put to a spot.
Put to a spot. Again, put to a spot, and his receiver said, I got you.
He's like a streak shooter, Ken. When Wyatt warms up, he gets hot real quick, and it goes in. He's putting that ball where it's supposed to be.
On the move. Cadets on the move. Working the middle of the field there, trying to find Bryce Butler on a little bit of a inside route. Between the safeties.
That was a bit of an overthrow. That's when the guy that throws smoke rears back and lets one loose, puts it about a foot in front of the plate.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
When your arm's live like that, it's fun. I think. It looks like it.
We've been treated to a really classy performance by both sides. Some big plays. 28-7 might tell you one thing, but both these fan bases have a lot to be proud of. White and Curtis in the backfield for St. John's. Trips left. Curtis out to the right. White out to the left. He's directing traffic. He will throw the ball into the end zone, and that will be intercepted by the St. Mary's Ryken Knights on the way out of the end zone through the 30 to the 40. Making his way past midfield. He'll be caught from behind. I want to say that's Darius Henderson, who's been busy all night long. And we're going to get a number check on this, but I do think that was number 20, Darius Henderson, who is Mr. Everything for this Knights team. We'll find out for sure. Johnny, help us out. Here we go. Yeah, that is Darius Henderson. I love this player. Oh, my goodness gracious. Does he belong in the WCAC? Not a bad play by White. His receiver fell down. He had the receiver, worst case scenario. That's number 30. That's not Darius Henderson.
I looked. I didn't see a 30, so, man, I just want to say number 30. That's big time right there.
Yeah, to the parents of number 30, that was awesome. To the whole family, to the St. Mary's Ryken community, we apologize that we don't have.
Well, the roster's different, and these guys have been switching up playing positions. There's guys that hurt. There's guys filling in. Everyone's being unselfish. We'll get this done at halftime. We'll come back and we'll tell you exactly.
We'll find out
what went down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's a big time play right there. Our
biggest concern when we started doing this last week was like, okay, who's playing? Right. Who even goes? Right. Who's coming back to school? We talked. We had a chance to talk to the folks from St. John's who traveled down here today. They just. Congratulations to Jeff Mancabelli and that whole administration. I think another 200 kids are able to come back inside that building in D.C. Folks, from Leonardtown and St. Mary's County, a little bit of a different environment. I think they're able to do some things a little bit earlier than folks up in D.C. and PG County in that area are. We're so happy for the folks up there on Military Road who are able to be in classrooms with teachers.
Right.
For the first time, like today, like yesterday, like this week.
The mental and emotional health was discussed at length with both sides, and Dennis Hart talking about the buzz he felt this week as the students were coming back into the weight room and able to come back from Montgomery County and Virginia from where they have to practice, talking to Aaron Brady about how excited the kids were last weekend for the game and what they did this week. Spring fever is here, and it's never been as rampant as it has at the end of this terrible pandemic.
Finally getting a chance to direct athletics.
There you go.
He came all this way from Philadelphia with his family, literally the day the world shut down. He got here and he was like, "Wait, where is everybody?" Mm-hmm. Like he just drove down 95, like it was a scene out of The 95. Walking Dead.
Yes, exactly.
Are we filming a movie? There's not a single other car on the road. The guy's driving down. It's like, what in the world is going on? Brings his family down. And we have connections to Mr. Hart, and you, by the way, have connections to Mr. Hart going all the way back. I went to college with some of his friends from high school, and which is just amazing how it works out that way. We're so excited for all those teachers, all those educators, all those administrators. Guess what? they got into this job because they like helping kids.
Yeah.
And finally they get kids back in the building.
And now the kids
That's
are ready
awesome.
to get back on the field. Here we go.
That's a false start on the left side.
That's the announcer jinx. I did that.
Yeah, you did
I'm
that.
sorry.
You know what? I'm going to have to blame you on that one, Kevin. 17 and a half seconds exactly left in this half.
And I want to be clear, this St. John Cadet defense has been absolutely relentless. The physicality up front, the coverage in the secondary, the hard hitting. This D is for real. Ryken's throwing everything they can at him, and they got 17 and a half here to try and get a couple points. Let's see.
First and long. Trevor looking to his left. He's got a man. And I'll tell you what, it was a good throw for a receiver to try to run under.
Certainly was.
That was Jordan Scarborough working on. Who was that he's working on? Well, I'm going to get a number for you here in a second. But long story short, Trevor Norred saying, it doesn't matter that it's windy or not. I trust my arm. That was a ball that only one guy could catch. Even though there was two guys in the area, only his receiver had a chance at it because only his receiver knew where it was going.
It was a safe throw. It would have been a very difficult catch, but you're right. It was not going to be an interception. That's a fact.
13 seconds to go in the half.
And
Darius Henderson makes his way into the left slot, and we know that is, in fact, Darius. 4 wide, 1 in the backfield for the Knights. Trevor, quick throw, under pressure quickly. Like you said, Kevin, there's no rest for anybody. I mean, was that Rohan? I believe that was Rohan Davey, 44, whose name, by the way, we haven't had a chance to say tonight, but for goodness sake, that kid, we don't want to. I hate to heap praise on 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, but he's fun to watch play football.
Well, guess what? The University of Maryland and Pittsburgh both have been heaping that same praise because they're offering free education for his football skills and his academics. And this is a guy who I believe is the premier tackler in the WCAC.
If he gets your hands on you, you're going to the ground.
He doesn't miss, and he brings it. You feel it.
5
after
wide,
he puts you down.
Run and shoot. Tom Clark would be happy. And brings down Trevor Nord. That's going to be a huge loss. That will end the half. That's the way the Cadets wanted to end this half. And unlike normal scenarios where teams would run to their locker rooms and give themselves a break, everyone's going to hit the sidelines.
Yep.
Take a knee, rest, recuperate. Number 8, D.O., I'm telling you right now, man, I said it earlier, he's a stud. He gets his hands on you, you're going down. Trevor Nord found out about that on the last play of the first half. Listen, it was the opposite of max protect. They needed to put guys out in routes for a chance to score in the last play of the game. So you're going to give a guy like Dio a chance to get a sack on a play like that.
He's heading to either Maryland or Boston College. Wait a minute, he's only a sophomore is what you're telling me? You're telling me that guy that I just saw make that play is that young?
That's right.
That's going to be he's going to be a force to be reckoned with for the next 2 years.
We'll give you a couple thoughts here about the first half, and then we'll take a break. I will hearken back, Kevin. I've both extolled virtues, and now I'm hearkening back. The St. John's Cadets offense have been successful in long yardage situations. The deliberate nature of their offense, they are able to hit you in one play, and they're able to drive on you. And I've been very impressed with their offense in that regard. Now, the Ryken Knights, St. Mary's Ryken Knights, their ability to strike on that first play of the game, to me, was like the last play that they didn't get in the last game. It was like they wish they would have had that play in the last game. I loved the scene here in Leonardtown when they got that touchdown because they earned it and they deserved it.
And they came ready to rock and roll.
They sure did.
My final thoughts were, holy man, there was a half of football. I just watched a half of high-level high school football from two teams that we've gotten to cover over the years that we've have great relationships with, and I'm just so happy that all the people that were able to make this happen got together on both sides and made it work. Bringing us here and all these kids getting a chance to put highlights on tape, on film.
All you college recruiters out there who are watching, and we know that you are, we appreciate you guys giving us a watch. Before we go for the first half, we will ask you guys, please subscribe to First Amendment Sports. We appreciate it. It's free. You get a live notification when we are courtside, when we're on the side of the field, when we're up here in the Crow's Nest down in Leonardtown, Maryland. Please give us a follow. We appreciate it. We will be back for second half action in less than 10 minutes. Enjoy the halftime show.
We've never gone through that. It's gonna be a long man. Should I just pour something here? Yeah, sure. You tell me, man. Yeah. I mean, we need a little something. I don't want to get banged up, but we have nothing else. It's gonna be cold. Yeah. I mean, I'm empty. I have 2 sips of this, and this is done.
No, we should probably
Pour it into here.
I'll pour a little into there, but I'll probably we definitely don't want to seal it.
I know. I want to make one last for 2 quarters.
Charles thinks St. John's is playing dirty. Really? Because you gave me last week. All right. It wasn't very well. I was here and that happened to me. I didn't see it.
Spectators, please remember to follow COVID-19 safety measures. Face masks must remain on at all times. Spectators must remain socially distanced from members outside their household at all times. All spectators in the bleachers should be seated or standing on a piece of tape which signifies 6 feet social distancing. Bathrooms for St. Mary's Ryken spectators are located on the upper concourse of the Donnie Williams Center, and bathrooms for St. John's spectators are located in Pascal Hall, the building behind the bleachers. Thank you for helping provide a safe environment and supporting St. Mary's Ryken athletics. Enjoy the second half.
I want to rock. Dude, it's fucking cold.
It's a little chilly, especially up here.
The wind is just,
Granted, the water's right there.
I know, and right there.
It's coming from this way.
That, you told me we're in a little peninsula where it's around. He said it goes there. One's the Patuxent and one's something else.
Potomac.
That's what he said.
That's one T, and I
Okay.
went down there last weekend and had a moment.
So then that, yeah. Then he said the baseball field has the water behind it, facing to the mound. I was like, dude, I want to go see it. He's like, well, it's kind of far.
Drove past it.
No, that's the softball field. That's what I said to him. He goes, no, it's down there. He goes, you have to see this shit. He goes, oh, the softball field's sweet. He goes, but you haven't seen baseball. He said it's got a St. John's. It's fabulous. He goes, I'll try to put bleachers in there, but you just put a blanket down with the water in the background.
Are you guys off? Are you guys off right now?
I think so, yes.
You were first class. The way you call games.
Man, I appreciate you saying that, brother.
I mean, I'm a big fan. I love the videography. I'm really into it.
Sure.
You guys, I watched all your stuff.
Thank you, man. What's your name, brother?
Jack McNally.
Jack Kevin Ricca.
This is my first year not coaching here.
Okay.
But you guys are first class. I've been a huge fan for a long time. I mean, it's special. It really is. What you guys have together.
You think this league's special, and the way you guys are treating us is special, and this is awesome.
But this league is special. Is there a faster player in the WCAC than Jamar Curtis?
I don't know, but you guys just ran him down.
That's my play. I didn't know he was I knew he was fast. I didn't even know he was that fast.
It jumped off the monitor.
So his size doesn't match anything because you never have to tell him. And I coached public television. I just have to.
Magazines, like Sean was saying.
His size doesn't represent
Just looked like it. You just said,
this
put that on tape.
is what he's been doing since a freshman. So it's no surprise to me. Usually I yell out, that's my baby. So he gets there, that's my baby.
There you go. My man. Thank you,
Thank
my
you,
brother.
guys. I really appreciate it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
I appreciate
I
it.
appreciate the kind words, my man. That was
Now
awesome.
or what, when?
Give me a point to me when I'm live, and I'll throw it out, and then throw it on. No.
You want to go live now?
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't.
You want to go live now?
Hold on one sec. Welcome back to second half action. Demask, Kevin. Get that Maryland mask off. You're going to put your headphones back on. We're going to take a second to once again say thank you to St. Mary's Ryken for the amazing thing that they've done by letting us be here. By the good graces of the Knights administration, all the folks here down in Leonardtown who have been just such the most gracious hosts that you can ask for. And want to say special thank you to Miss Betsy Haley, who provided us with that amazing drone footage that we showed before the game. We're going to go ahead and show you another video.
It's awesome.
Some of the fine work they're doing down here. St. Mary's Ryken. Johnny, what do you got?
Summer nights is always amazing at St. Mary's Ryken.
I love the basketball camp.
They offer academic, athletic, and enrichment camps. They even offer full and half-day camps, including early morning and late afternoon activities.
Summer nights at SMR is awesome.
Oh, man, I tell you what. Southern Maryland, again, a little bit farther south than where I am, but about like a half hour, which is like, you got a half an hour drive in Southern Maryland. That's your grocery store. That's your convenience store. The things that they do down here for kids and for families in this community is amazing. Dr. Mr. Wood, I never know how to address, the president of President Wood.
There you have it. You figured that out real quick.
I put it together. I just kind of did it live. I'm just, again, I take a special pride in what these folks are doing because, again, this is my community from when I was a kid down here by the Chesapeake Bay. And the fact that the greatest high school conference in the world and some of the most amazing athletes at this level are able to do on this field on this ground, on this dirt, this red clay down here in Southern Maryland that I just love so much is just
there's
the
fake
best.
grass everywhere. It's all fake grass.
You know what? It doesn't matter. Underneath there is that Southern Maryland red clay. Anyone who's from this
believe
area
that.
knows
I believe that.
what I'm talking about. You dig down far enough, you ain't getting dirt. You're getting that clay. That clay from Southern Maryland, and it is fertile ground. And I'll tell you what you grow down here in Southern Maryland. Goodness, amazingness, God-loving, communities who are just all about this conference, all about these kids, all about each other. We say Cleo, Knights loving each other, which I love. Coach Brady educated us last week all about that. Guess what? Knights don't just love each other. They love us all, and we appreciate you guys for having us. So thank you so much to everything that you guys are doing down here in Leonardtown. We appreciate you. And, oh, by the way, you have yourself one fine football program, and we get a chance to see it up close and personal tonight against one of the best high school programs really in the country, Kevin, in St. John's. They've been doing it on a year-in, year-out basis. And guess what? You don't get a chance to be the best without playing the best. And that's what people in this conference, players, coaches, on a weekly, monthly basis in all sports get to do. They get to measure themselves against the best athletes in the nation.
There's no doubt that these young men on either sidelines are in good hands, regardless of administration or coaching staff. That's what's important. That's why our kids are going to go to school in this conference, Ken. This is what's important to us. That's why we're here. To be able to put some of these highlights on tape, just maybe one of them gets out somewhere. Maybe something happens. Who cares? This is awesome. I don't mean who cares. I'm not saying that we're here to do that. I'm just saying that's the possibility of why we're here. But really, these guys are playing football, man. This has been so much fun to watch. There's been so many big plays. There's been guys that I could sit here and watch. When we rewatch this,
which we will,
in the privacy of our own warm homes.
Andrew Burke getting things started. And that ball's going to bounce a couple of times before it finds its way to touchback territory where the Cadets will start the second half.
Is it wrong for me to get nervous every time there's a special teams play? I almost was thinking, like, maybe they would just – but this ain't a scrimmage. These guys didn't come here to scrimmage. They came here to win a football game.
And, pardon this McNamara Mustang for making sure he pays his respect to the great men who made my alma mater great, like Kiata Malloy, who's watching tonight. I love you, Kiata. I love what you're doing. I appreciate you. All of us in Forestville and in the greater Mustang Nation are thankful for you. I was honored to call your game last week, and I can't tell you how glad I am to call myself a Mustang, and appreciate you watching us tonight as the St. John's Cadets get started on 1st and 10.
Kenny McNamara, let me get you some tissue. Here we go.
I'm getting emotional. Wyatt, handoff, first down. Curtis makes 4 guys miss on his way to the 30-yard line, and he is going to get out of bounds. And just for the viewer who might just be tuning in, shame on you if you're just tuning in, Jamar Curtis, by the way, has made his way from the backfield to the sideline without getting touched by many players about 8 or 9 times already tonight.
Has anyone ever gotten on YouTube and watched Darren Sproul's high school highlight tape? Because I imagine this is exactly what it looks like.
It's a pleasure to cover
Lord.
him and watch him play ball.
But there was a penalty on the Cadets. They're taking it back here, Cam.
I didn't see the flag. The yellow flag didn't cross my view there. The laundry on the field has been an issue.
Watching Curtis run the ball is mesmerizing.
Yeah, it is. I was mesmerized. Sometimes your plays just mesmerize me, Jamar. He plays biggie. He plays so biggie. Here goes Wyatt in the backfield for St. John's.
That's why they're broken. You're so paid, Ken. Here we go.
1st and 11. From the 19-yard line. Wyatt once again.
Defense.
And this time, stand up defense. St. Mary's Ryken in the backfield. And I believe we had a sighting of Matt Harrer in the backfield. Am I wrong on this one?
I don't know, but it was sniffed out quite appropriately. That's how you want to start the half off.
And he wasn't the only one.
Bringing some pressure.
I do love making sure everyone knows number 22 is here tonight. Not number 61 or 62. We need to get number 30 on our roster sheet. Second and long for the Cadets. Hagan to pass. He's looking to his left. He unloads to a wide spot in the field. I'll tell you what, DJ Lincoln, no, that was Sean Williams.
Yep.
DJ Lincoln was running the deep. Sean Williams came underneath. Ball was thrown kind of in between them. There was a pocket there. White kept it out of the hands of the defenders, Kevin, but at the end of the day, those wide receivers weren't necessarily that close to him. I think that ball was intended for Sean.
You can see both of them in the huddle getting on the same page. Wyatt's giving a little bit. I wanted you to kind of get to here when you hit. Once again, without being redundant, this is why we're here. Let's get it done. Reps, reps, reps.
Third and long. Cadets comfortable in third and long. First opportunity for the Knights to get off the field on defense to give their offense a chance to get them back in this game. Curtis out to the left. It's going to be a handoff underneath, and that's going to be a nice, productive play for the Cadets on third and long. They're able to get it out to the 25-yard line. It'll be short of first down territory.
Amir Kendrick on the stop, and that's a big play, man. You let go of that jersey, it's a first down. Christian Rawlings is not an easy guy to tackle. Look at that.
The seldom seen punt team.
That's true. They've been very elusive, that punt team for the Cadets.
Cadets will hit the field. Amir Kendrick is a name that we haven't had a chance to say a lot, not for lack of his effort. He's a gifted player and someone who this program loves to death. He is definitely going to benefit, I think, from being able to put this kind of tape down.
And who couldn't benefit playing football at this school with these facilities? It's gorgeous. I mean, there's colleges out here that could come here and take some notes.
Fair catch for the Knights. Their offense will take over just inside the 45-yard line. We'll call it the 43. Trevor Norrid, Jamari Bowman, Jordan Scarborough. Can't miss Clayton Allen out there.
I'm going to say this. Everyone's got to work on their skills this time of year, but if the officials, they're going to really have to get out there at halftime and work on that underhanded spiral catch. I think the back judge is about 2 for 11 on the day for about 7 yards.
Now I'm not going to be able to not see it.
It's just the spiral's not tight. It's a little wobbly. The balance isn't there yet, but we're all working on getting better. Trust me, the booth has got plenty of rust to knock off. That's official.
I'm 0 for a lot tonight. Trevor, handoff. Oh, man, that St. John's defensive line standing up the right side of the Ryken offensive line.
I mean, those 4 guys lined up on that defensive line that's a pretty formidable quartet.
Bowman,
number 8 in the single number.
Yeah, Jamari Bowman will come off the field, and he didn't have much of a chance there. Just a situation where the Cadets just stood up the Knights on the right side there.
Got to spread them thin, be accurate, and get positive yards on this down. Just can't take a sack here.
Trevor looking to his right, quick throw, and it's going to be impacted by by my look. Was that Isaiah?
Just a tough kid taking a shot there, standing tall in the pocket.
I want to say that was Isaiah Smith who impacted the throw, number 88.
Last week, listening to you guys, I saw St. Mary's Ryken do a great job in the screen game. A little quick outside play to Scarborough. The way they ran it was tremendous, and they ran a middle screen with the receiver coming back in. They got to get something done in the middle of the field here.
It's going to be a handoff, and it's going to be a very minimal gain on third and long.
Trevor Norrid is fighting something off here, and we know how tough he is. He is dealing with something lower body. He's just not himself coming on and off the field. I don't think it's anything major, but something to keep an eye on here because, Aaron Brady's an extremely aggressive guy on 3rd and 12. I understand the field position game, handing that off and running draw there, but with the senior quarterback, if he was 100% healthy right now, he'd be way more inclined to take a shot.
Good-looking punt from Andrew Burke. It'll be right on the sidelines, fielded by and fair caught by Jamar Curtis at the 23-yard line. That, again, that's, special teams plays, you don't want to overstate, the punt team, but at the end of the day, We watched all day last week the inability to execute on special teams plays. Andrew Burke. I mean, anytime you can keep Jamar Curtis from returning a ball, guess what? You just won.
And you know what, Ken? To be fair, we've absolutely 100% overstated the punt team and Jamar Curtis's abilities.
Yes, we have.
But you know why? Because he's that dude.
Yep.
There's nothing else to say about it. So if we're being overindulgent in this field, so be it. This guy
good
can
on Aaron
play.
Brady. Good on,
man, exactly. He
good
knows.
on the coaching staff for coming up with a special teams play that minimizes Jamar's impact on that part of the game. But he's going to get the ball right away, and he's going to run around somebody. He's down the sidelines, and he's going to impact the game a different way on this play as he crosses the 30-yard line.
He's
you don't
gone.
punt to him.
You're not catching him this time.
But if you hand off to him, the result might just be as deadly. Jamar Curtis, 7 points. Unbelievable.
I've been talking about his 80s house party routine. That was only 78 yards. We're going to keep that in the disco era, Ken.
What we're talking about right now.
Very
but that's
true.
Okay, but that's
Very
okay.
true.
You know what? It's we'll work on that.
We're exposed.
St. John's, deep strike. Lightning fast, number 5. Jamar Curtis showing why he is one of the classiest athletes in this league.
Oh, yeah. I love it.
And just so I get the name right for the good family for St. John's, Mike Alford with the toe kick. I had his number wrong earlier this evening. No one's going to be more critical of me than me, and I will make sure that I do what I can to make sure I get kids called out.
And if you don't do a good job, I'm right here for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
and you know what? If we can't cover it, T will be right on it all the way.
He always is.
From Kensington. Amazing that, again, we see in this game the first play of drives early in halves. St. Mary's Ryken able to do it in the first half. I mean, it's as easy as handing off to Jamar Curtis early on here in the second half. First drive for St. John's, or the first, I should say, the first play of that drive for St. John's. Able to get the ball downfield quickly. Ryan Dunkel kicking off for the Cadets.
And we were wrong. We didn't overstate anything. This guy, I'm telling you, in Washington, D.C. sports, right now, he's up there as one of the most exciting athletes in the 202.
Who did we hear about him first from?
I think my dad, John Ricca, on this field in the JV game his freshman year came home and said, I just saw something I've never seen before. I saw the littlest guy on the field dominate, and it was a one-man wrecking ball, and we somehow won. Coach Aaron Brady, there was a mix-up down here, and the officials didn't show. What did he do? He threw on the zebra shirt. He went Foot Locker style, and he did it himself. Mm-hmm. And he was getting killed by the home fans. Way better coach than ref, from what I understand, down here in Leonardtown. But they are so lucky to have him on the sidelines holding the clipboard.
Man, how fun was it to get the tour of the facilities here from Aaron earlier? Just a guy who obviously we've known in this league for a while, but just the pride in being able to show off the amazing facilities down here. At the end of the day, when you're able to put student athletes in facilities like this, the results are on the field on a weekly basis. And it's not just the football field. It's the baseball field. It's the field hockey field. It's the tennis courts. It's a lacrosse field. Everywhere you look, you see attention paid to freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and senior athletes. And that is what we love about this league, putting kids first, putting their well-being first, and really giving them the best chance to succeed.
There is a yoga room.
There's a yoga room. By the way, which we need to visit just once or twice more than we ever have.
Terrible question. Is it hot? They were like, no, Ken, it's not hot.
No,
Here we go. Let's play some football.
Trevor Norwood in shotgun. Quick throw underneath Jordan Scarborough. That's what they've been trying to get done all day. That's good for a first down for the Knights. They will move the chains. That's their play. That's what they're able to do, because Trevor and Jordan can hook up any time they want.
That's the release I'm talking about.
That's right.
Before that shotgun snap hit the palm of that hand, those fingertips are ready, spread, and that ball is released. That's how you do it, and that's the guy to throw it to. And these guys have a great connection. This is going to be their success, getting rid of that thing that quick.
St. John's, 4 rushing.
There you go.
Another quick out. I believe that's Darius Henderson. Short gain will bring
Number
up second
4.
and long.
Xavier Terry out there making plays. Again, the senior leader. He wants to put a couple of these highlights right on the tape as well.
7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. St. John's up 35-7. Opportunity for the Knights to execute their Coach Brady's offense.
Can a name we haven't said, keep an eye on him, Zabari Sandy. We haven't been able to say it too much because they haven't gotten to that level of the defense. But as I look out, I think he's taking a play off here. But this kid, sophomore, is going to be a stud.
No room to run there for the Knights running back Jamari Bowman. Be a 1 or 2 yard loss. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Knights. Henderson off.
Kendall Sims getting
Cooper
in there,
Smith
making
on.
a play.
Kendall Sims. I mean, everybody contributing on this Cadets defense. And this is about the time when I'm kind of looking at the clock. We're about halfway through the third quarter. When we cover St. John's football, this is right around the time when you start to see what the impact of playing St. John's is. And in teams like St. John's, they'll give you 4 quarters of absolute brutal physicality, and there's no stop to it. And this is kind of when there's a gut check, and once again,
There's that middle screen I was talking about.
Three cadets in the backfield. Quick release by Trevor. He was under pressure right away. I believe that was Marcus Simmons getting in the backfield right away for the cadet defensive line.
He's had a night.
Number 99 has. We probably should have said his name once or twice already. You're absolutely right about that, Kevin. I mean, he's every bit of it, and there he is, just hopping, bebopping, and skedaddling in the backfield there.
Hey now.
Again, the Seinfeld reference is lost
on someone that,
on anyone who's watching right now. Andrew Burke.
Yeah, you lost me on
He's
that
gonna get a good roll.
He's been great tonight, man.
Very
effective.
Number 7. I had an opportunity to talk to the coaching staff earlier tonight. Yes, he's a soccer player. He's got a hell of a leg. But what he wants to do is he wants to play football. He wants an opportunity to kick at the next level. And so what does he do coming into this season? He goes to the coaches and he says, can I play wide receiver? Can I play cornerback? Not because he thinks he's going to crack that lineup. He just wants to learn more about the game. So you watch pregame warm-ups. He's out there running routes. He's out there covering routes. All he wants to do is understand the game more. He's going to get his chance, hopefully, to play at the next level. But at the end of the day,
I know who his biggest fan is. I can assure you of that.
Kids who love football and actually commit themselves and they have a skill, they deserve a chance at the next level, and I think this kid's one of them. And again, to your point, Kev, he's been successful tonight in his job.
Absolutely. Extremely effective.
Wyatt Hagan, again, acrobat in the backfield, turning a negative into a positive.
He's
Actually, I apologize. Wyatt, that's not Wyatt Hagan. We got our look at Cam Moncourt. These old eyes up in the crow's nest.
Well, let me tell you, your old eyes are just as old as mine. And one thing we both noticed in pregame warm-ups is Cam, he's got a howitzer attached to the right side of his body. The wind was not affecting that tight spiral today in pregame warm-ups. So maybe we'll get a peek at it here. But, man, he's got some zip on that thing. What a great kid.
Number 11 came in last week against McNamara, and he had a really, really good-looking touchdown throw to Miles Slade. Comes in right away, fields a rough snap. Does it again. He's going to keep it. He's going to move it out to his left, showing some athleticism, and he's going to make his way, put his shoulder
and lower
down,
the shoulder, young man.
The first down. I think he's going to be just shy of first down yardage. But if you're going to play in Coach Ward's offense as a quarterback, you're going to have to put the ball underneath that armpit and lower your shoulder once or twice. And Cam showing that that's exactly what he can do.
I love it. I can't wait to see where he's going to college. He's going to be a quarterback somewhere, and someone's going to be real lucky to get Cam on court. That's a fact.
Prototype in terms of size. Again, we talk about his arm ability with Wyatt.
I like
Cam.
Arm ability, Ken.
Yeah, with Wyatt and Cam and their ability to lead and be the kind of guys that the other 10 players on the field want to give it all up for. St. John's is in good hands this season. That's going to be a handoff inside, and that's going to be the first touch of the day, I believe, for Mr. Blount.
Let me tell you this. No baby bus. We understand Colby has decided, Great decision for himself not to play this year. Then you got Jamar Curtis. Then you got Christian Rawlings. You're telling me there's someone else that's running the ball that looks like that? This is a pretty talented backfield.
1st and 10 for the Cadets, under 4.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Hey, let's give T-Bird another shout-out because, we were really worried about his arm ability today. But, with that type of toughness, a detached tricep.
Detached tricep.
I don't know if you've ever heard that injury, but our guy's got it, and he's dealing with it, and he's doing great. And we're happy that he's home watching. Hey, T-Bird, if you're listening, how about a little update on that Good Counsel Gonzaga game, for the folks of the WCAC.
We've got a flag on the field as Cam pulls it back, throws to his right. It's either going to be offsides on the defense or an illegal shift or formation. They're going to go ahead and give the offense a false start, or illegal procedure, I should say.
Hey, big number 73, Carlos Moore, who's had a great evening tonight. He came up a little gimpy there, but, he looks like a right tackle. That guy looks like a right tackle at a major Division I college right now
does.
On tape to me. In that uniform, having a good night.
Going to move the offense back.
Wilson Gonzalez into the game. Number 82, DeAndre Wooden. St. John's has got a couple guys coming on in. The big freshman, Jordan Seaton, number 77. What a nice man. Thanking Mr. Matt Seal for everything he does with the pictures. You get to see these kids' personalities with all the fans around. Been very cool to interact with some of these young men.
Cam throws out to his right. That's a quick one. St. Mary's Ryken going to be able to drop for a loss. I believe that was the first catch of the night for
Miles Slade. What a great athlete. He's the type of guy that could come in at the quarterback position and function at a very high level, Ken.
He's a great athlete.
He has the athleticism to be out wide, and you're going to see him do a whole lot of stuff for this Cadets offense moving forward.
Third and long for the Cadets. So we get an opportunity to see, when we talk about this spring season, what is it for? What's the value? What's the benefit as these coaching staffs look for more than just getting kids an opportunity to play? How does it advantage? How does it benefit these programs? Now is why you're seeing the answer to that question. You're getting a chance to see some athletes come on the field. Freshmen, sophomore, juniors, players these coaches are going to be counting on in the fall. There's a handoff inside. Christian Rawlings going to take some contact. And on 3rd and long, he'll be dropped about 4 or 5 yards short of first down territory. That'll bring the punt unit on for the Cadets. Kev, it's fun. It's fun getting a chance to talk to these coaches. T and I had an awesome opportunity to talk to everybody, and we've, over the last couple of weeks, we have had a chance. Obviously, we talked to Aaron and Pat before tonight's game. Last week, we talked to all the coaches beforehand, and the one word I used to describe all of those conversations: exhaustion. Mm-hmm. Nobody is working harder. If you know someone who's working at a school, grade school, middle school, high school, man, I promise you, they're working their butts off, and they are working overtime, and that's the same to be said for these coaches, as that punt will trickle down to about the 15-yard line. These coaches are giving it their all.
The passion for the kids is it's just ridiculous.
Our kids couldn't be in better hands.
We're so lucky, and that's the best part. That's why we love it so much, man. We could talk about it all night, and
yep.
Maybe we do overstate it. You know what? I don't care.
I don't care
It's a big part of my life. The relationship I have with other coaches as the son of a coach. I mean, I started in this league as a water boy, Ken, in 1987. Now I'm calling games. I've been a player and a coach in between. Obviously, not great at those, and I'm not sure if I'm any good at this, but I sure am having a great time being around this atmosphere with these type of people. This is what we grew up in. This is why we love it. That's why we're standing right here, bud.
So happy to still be a part of it. No one knows better than us that people aren't tuning in for Ken and Kevin. They're tuning in for Wyatt. They're tuning in for Jamar. They're tuning in for Trevor. They're tuning in for...
I don't think anyone thought they were tuning in for Ken or Kevin.
I'm just saying we understand that Jordan Scarborough,
That's a fact,
even though he missed
brother.
that catch, that people are tuning in tonight to see their kids play. Mm-hmm. That's the whole reason why we're here. That's the whole reason why these coaches are here. And just to finish up that point, advancing these programs. Why do you scramble to put together a spring season? Because these programs matter. Because putting these colors on this field on a weekly basis matters.
And in 10 years when they come back, they'll say, thank you, Coach Brady.
Yeah,
thank you,
will.
Coach Ward.
They sure will.
I was a part of that pandemic season. And I know you went the extra yard.
Quick
Great throw.
Good connection. That's going to be right at the mark. We'll see if they give him enough for a first down on 2nd and 10. I believe they might call that 3rd and super short.
We got Leifa Askew and Akai Edwards in the game for the Cadets. Then number big 26, Rashid Hall, the substitutions.
They'll call that a first down. Move the chains as we move.
Great throw, Trevor.
1 minute into the third quarter, and yeah, absolutely, Kevin. Just to see number 5 connect with number 4.
Yeah, it's the same connection. They have this feeling about themselves. They know where they're going to be. It's part of the deal when you've grown up with somebody in a program like this.
If you're a school out there looking for a quarterback, you haven't made your decision yet, and you're willing to give a guy a chance, number 5, Trevor Nora, deserves an extra look. That's why we're here tonight.
And you're in that staff meeting, you say this kid's a 3-year starter in the WCAC with multiple titles under his belt.
Trevor,
that's a guy you want.
Trevor to Jamari, good gain on first down. It'll be 2nd and short. The Knights offense in hurry-up mode.
Big Noah Jordan dapping up Jamari Bowman, the O-lineman doing work for the Knights. He's not finished yet.
Trevor back to pass. He's going to put it up in the air. Jordan Scarborough is going to get tied up a little bit there.
He's right. He's right.
And there was no penalty. A little bit of just good contact. Just you know what? Again, talking about a quarterback throwing deep to a guy he knows he can get there. Timing was a bit off.
Timing was a bit off because Askew pulled an old veteran move as a young player in the game, and he had a step, and he made sure that step was taken back.
Yep. I haven't had a chance to say it. I'm kind of looking on the sidelines.
Well, say what you got to say.
Number 80, he impressed me last week.
Yeah, man.
Freshman receiver for the Knights. You know, Dom Dorwart. We hope he's okay. He got dinged up at the end of last week's game. A freshman wide receiver in an offense like Coach Brady's is going to have nothing but a bright future. He had a great game last week. I haven't seen him yet tonight. I know he'll be fine. Jordan Scarborough, now he's wide open. He's going to make a move, and he's going to be on the run inside the 20.
I tell you right now, that wheel route it's run to perfection by this offense. Jordan Scarborough runs a great route. Trevor has a great feel for it. It's a fun route to throw as a quarterback. I always loved it, especially when it turned out looking like that.
Get another look at that. Great
money
connection
ball
between those two players. You get number 4 running wide open. He was offered, Jordan Scarborough offered recently by, I believe, Naval Academy.
There you go.
Offered him a couple weeks ago. And
they got some smart guys over there, from what I understand, because Jamar Curtis also holds a Naval Academy offer. And around here, around these parts of the world,
playing together.
What a great place. Well, that's
now
the
you're
beauty.
talking.
That's the magic that we got.
Now you're talking about sending a kid right at the Chesapeake Bay from right here, hop on a boat and unload in Annapolis, where I've spent many a day walking those grounds. My grandfather, a proud member of the United States Navy, a World War II veteran. Shout out to you, Granddad. Appreciate you. Love you. Hope you're doing well tonight. Hope you're enjoying a good night of Southern Maryland football. And thank you so much for taking me to the Naval Academy every weekend for my entire childhood, walking those grounds, coming to a deeper appreciation for what it means to love this country. And when we see our kids, Kev, from this conference to go to the service academies, no greater source of pride.
Yes. Are the adoption papers in for John Marshall yet, or have you moved forward with that?
No, Miss Terry. No, I have too much respect for Terry, or as I call him, Mr. Marshall. Who? And by the way, John.
What a great year he had.
He has had a great year.
Yes, he did.
Shout out to Gonzaga Purple Eagle Nation for their Naval Academy graduate. Ryken going the other way now because it's the fourth quarter. Trevor Norad puts it in the air, and he's got a man, and that will be defended very nicely. And let's see, we're going to look out there. I want to say Trent Brown had a hand in that, but I could be dead wrong.
No, for the first time, I'm going to agree with you tonight. That was Trent Brown all the way from what the paper says and from what my eyes tell me. But
I trust Pat Ward's roster.
Oh, what a play. Yeah, that's a big-time play with
Darius Henderson.
The left hand swipe, man, great throw.
Darius Henderson's going to get a well-deserved night of sleep tonight.
That's true.
He has been all over the place. Trevor Norad, again.
Him and Marcus Simmons have put their stamp on this game tonight.
They sure have. 2nd and 10, early on in the fourth quarter. Knights looking to get back on the board after the first play of the game. Underneath there is Darius
I
Henderson.
love that play. They run it so well. They're so well coached. This is
Where
that's
they
cool.
were on the far hash, use the wide side of the field, have some blockers.
And you're right. Henderson is earning his paycheck.
He sure is. And the thing that it kills me a little bit in this day and age, and it's not necessarily the case at all of our schools, and maybe not even this one, but the ability to play in a game like this and then show up to school the next day or a couple days later.
Well, now you can.
Now you can. That's the best part about it. 'Cause at the end of the day, these guys are playing for their friends. They're playing for their classmates. They're playing for their teammates. Got to be in school for this, and thankfully we are. Cooper Smith moving to a little bit of an H-back spot on the right side. Jamari Bowman gets the fake handoff.
I like
Trevor-
how the announcer
Trevor
just
tucks
has
it.
one name down here. You know you hit the big time in Southern Maryland when you go by one name.
You're
Trevor.
just Trevor.
Yeah, just Trevor.
It's going to be 1st and goal for the Knights. For a second, I didn't quite believe it because we haven't really seen him RPO it to himself and then stay and
Sure.
then go underneath. But
taking a look at him right now, he looks like a fullback coming through there. He
can.
is not afraid of contact. He's going to give it to you.
Shout out to Miss Erin and your whole family. We love you guys. Thank you so much for all your hospitality down here in Leonardtown. We appreciate you guys. Trevor looking to pass. He's going to hold it again. He's going to push his way up the middle. I think that was out of necessity. He didn't have a whole lot of options there because that defensive line for St. John's.
Big David Ojegame. I tried it. I tried it.
I love
and you
it.
know what? I probably
I'm going
lost.
with it.
But,
No,
you know what?
that's a
You and T
huge
were
W.
scared. I had to go after it and do my best.
He
And you
told
know what?
me- He said call him Dio.
Here's the deal. If he has any questions for me after the game, I will be directing him right towards you,
That's
Kenny
fine.
McNamara.
That is fine. Kenny McNamara will be ready to give him his high praise because he has been a regular in the backfield for St. Mary's Ryken all night long, number 8.
And the position that he's been playing, and there's been guys that have played that position in recent years that have been drafted into the NFL this year, 2 of them. And then there's also MJ Sherman, and drop. There's been some dudes, and there's another
Cam's
one
out
in
there.
succession.
Yeah. Trevor moving to his right, looking for the end zone. Throws into some traffic.
Did he come up with that?
They are going to call
What a
that
catch.
a catch.
He knows he
Wow.
caught it. What a catch that was. That was unbelievable, Ken. Cooper Smith?
No, that was Jordan Scarborough.
Was it Scarborough?
Yeah.
I thought it was 12.
He scooped it. Scoop, there it is.
Good hustle by Isaiah Smith to get back.
Are we going to get a challenge?
I thought that was the case.
We're not getting a challenge, just so everyone
Trevor,
knows.
Tom Brady, Nora,
No challenge here.
you got the guys on the ball.
Maybe, hey, John, can we get a relook at that? Here we go. Let's see. We got Trevor Norred, and this is what he does in the red zone, by the way. He finds open guys, and he throws them open, and that was just a good looking.
That's Jordan Scarborough. You're correct. What a play.
Right inside
hey,
the 2.
Nice job, 4. That's what you do down in the red zone. And once again,
In traffic.
Trevor putting it where no one else was going to grab
Yeah,
it.
and that's the true test. Now, a lot of guys can with a lot of field in front of them can do a lot of things, and got a lot of respect for that. But the thing that makes senior quarterbacks, and I said this to T last week, especially as we come into tournament time, March Madness. What's the most valuable asset when you get in a tournament? In my opinion, a senior point guard. If you're lucky enough to have a senior point guard in March Madness, you got something.
Kemba Walker from the 8 seed.
Come on.
He went nuts, won 5 straight, ran the tables for 11 straight. Yeah,
There's
I agree with you, Ken.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that. And
100%.
Trevor Norred, to me, is that kind of player. He's a senior point guard. He's out there. He sees it. He knows it. And he's not afraid to throw into double coverage. He's not afraid to trust his teammates. And he finds guys in the red zone. And that, to me, says everything you need to know about number 5. 3rd and 1. Inside handoff is going to be all gut. And it's going to be just short of the end zone. They'll mark it inside the 1. This will be 4th and goal. I don't believe there will be any hesitation by Coach Brady and his staff on what they want to do here. Only question is, which offensive lineman are they going to run behind?
Well, I'm not going to flip a coin on this one, but I'm going to tell you right now that
number 50.
Clayton Allen seems like the type of guy that you might want to run behind down here in the red zone, but I like Trevor keeping the ball in his hand right here.
Well, I couldn't agree more. He's going to line up in the shotgun, so that kind of takes that play out.
No. He
We
puts
got a
that ball in
flag
the
on the
belly
field.
and pulls it.
All right, so I don't know if they're going to call this a warning flag or they're going to call this something else. The St. John's, the cheering section for St. John's, which is essentially their football team, on the far sidelines, I think they're just going to call this will just be a warning. They were asked to back up off the field.
They've been warned.
And they're going to listen. They're going to be re-warned, maybe just more clearly warned. And
hey, well
Coach
said.
Ward,
well said, Kevin Ricca.
They're going to be strenuously re-warned to stay where they're supposed to stay. I don't even know how to say it. It's 4th and 1, everybody. This play is a 7-point swing, one way or the other. Trevor Norwood on the
slick.
The flip. He could have kept
the wily veteran
Cooper Smith.
He could have kept it easier, but you know what? That's a guy. That's a man for others right there.
That is a man for others. Trevor Norwood to Cooper Smith for the second straight week
nice
on
play,
First
gentlemen.
Amendment Sports Air. Number 12 with the white hoodie, getting it done in the red zone for the Knights offense, putting points on the board. I love number 12. I love the way that Trevor knows how to find them. And that, to me, again, we're talking about a senior, talking about the ability to get it to your teammate, Cooper Smith, a sophomore. He's got a little bit more time here to develop. And, Kevin, as a quarterback yourself,
are you certain about that sentence?
As a quarterback yourself, there's something about guys who catch touchdowns. This is the second straight week I've watched number 12 catch a touchdown, and so doesn't that just build something in the back of your mind when you're in the red zone? You're looking for that guy.
Of course. And when I was in high school, there's a man by the name of Mike Brown that everyone was looking for. We knew we were going to him. I was throwing it up to him regardless. I knew he was coming down with it. College, I had another WCAC superstar, Jeff Clay. Of
Big
course.
play.
And I promise you this, these young men are going to be out there in years, just like Lincoln's and Hagen. That connection, similar to NORAD and Scarborough, these are things that exist, and these guys will be friends for eternity, and they bump into each other, and there's going to be an understanding. Because I saw Jeff Clay a little over a year ago. He walked into a crowded room, and he was wide open.
He was wide open.
I'm just telling you, he's always wide open, but I'm just saying, there's certain guys, and you really are happy for those guys because they make your life a whole lot easier.
Love seeing Trevor and Cooper connect. The other good thing about high school football, you get to see all 4 years of kids. There's no one-and-doners.
Yes.
There's no two-and-doners. You get to watch guys develop for their entire career. Trevor's look great. This is going to be an onside kick attempt. And Arturo Maddox, in case you're wondering, he's probably not going to fumble. I know for a fact he has sure hands.
He's not going to let go of this ball.
No,
the referee's going to be like, son. All right, there you go, Arturo. Number 81. That's so great.
It's a fun play.
Look at him, the cowboy collar. He's got the old school cowboy collar on. Are you talking about old school right now? Does he even have a face mask? He's got the cowboy collar on.
Wearing a leather helmet.
From the late 80s, early 90s. Are you kidding me? I love him even more. As if the listeners can't understand, we've developed a bit of an affinity for some of these young men that we've had the ability to cover. We've gotten the ability to meet their families. And obviously you hear us talk about some of these guys. You know what? It's our pride. We feel like we're the uncles of the league, Ken. You know what?
There's no substitute for seeing these guys in person year in and year out and understanding how hard they work to get better.
They'll get it. And we pass it down with some of the shows we've been doing week by week with the guys that we consider our uncles, the Lawrence Motons, the Marvin Graves of the world, the guys that we've looked up to forever.
Poetry in Moton?
Good Lord.
I'll tell you right now, if you haven't had a chance to see that one, do us a favor. Subscribe to First Amendment Sports. It's right there. You're watching YouTube already. Hit the button. It's free. Get a chance to find out when we're going live, games like this. But our Tuesday night show, we try our hardest to give you weekly examples of the greatness that comes from our boys and our girls at all sports and all levels. Once again, that's going to be a direct quarterback keeper. I think we got a new quarterback in the game, Kevin. I think that is your boy, Miles Slade.
Oh, I love that you say he's my boy because
because you said he could come in and play quarterback, and that's exactly what he just did.
His skill set is relentless. There's a lot of positions Miles Slade can play and will play. He's going to be a joker type of guy. They're going to use him in many, many situations, but you wait and see when he develops his ability to throw the ball because he's a freak athlete. Not that he can't throw the ball, he's just young. Sophomore.
The sophomore in the shotgun. Actually,
that's Cam.
We're back. No, that's Mr. Blount. That is Miles. That's still Miles.
It's Miles. Hey, I'll tell you, this freshman, St. K. Blount, everybody knows about him. People down here in Southern Maryland.
I heard that from up here, by the way.
Northern Virginia. He's got the pads are coming with him, and he's a freshman. Ken, this ain't JV ball.
No, you'll never.
This ain't a JV
you'll
league.
Never convince me he's a freshman. No matter what you say, I won't believe it. Number 33, he when he drops his pads, to get another chance to see it right here.
You think we'll say that name and
that's
Jordan
why.
Seaton?
That's why the first time I had a chance to see him play.
Oh,
out of respect for his ability, I call him Mr. Blount. Oh, the snap's on the ground. Miles Slade's going to have to move out to his left. There's a flag on the play.
If there's one thing he can do is
Slade
move.
is moving. He's down to about the 40-yard line. I think we're going to get a hold here on the right side, potentially at least an illegal block. That's going to be a hold.
I did not sell you a bill of false goods with number 19.
No, you sure didn't.
You see that burst? It pops off on this monitor. I hope it's popping off like that at home. But, yeah, the Cadets are going to have to go backwards a little bit.
Well, again, we talk about players. We're not talking about Ironmen. We're talking about guys who can do multiple things. I'm looking at that Ryken defense. I'm seeing number 20, Darius Henderson, out playing cornerback. Looking at Cooper, the sophomore, Cooper Smith, who just caught a touchdown. He's on the field playing defense underneath. These kids, they're playing multiple positions because they can and they should. They're not being pressed into action. We saw it last week with McNamara. We saw it last week with Good Counsel. Just amazing athletes on the field. They're just multiple. They're just plain multiple.
And they'll do whatever they're asked.
At a high level.
The highest, my man.
Coming up on 5.5 minutes to go in this game. The Cadets out to a commanding lead. That ball's on the ground. Slade's on the ground with it. He'll be down inside the 25-yard line. It'll bring up fourth down. I believe that will call in the punt team and give this St. Mary's Ryken Knights another chance on offense. Another opportunity to do some things to feel good. It's a little bit of sloppiness there, but at the end of the day, Coach Ward getting a lot of players on the field, getting them a chance. No one knows better than you, Kevin, that when these kids show up to practice the next day, they'll have some teachable moments.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. How about just the smiles on their faces? They just played ball for the second time in 16 months.
Yeah.
Come on.
And the second time in 7 days.
And when you're a ball player and you love football and you put all that hard work.
Ball on the ground. This ball is moving around.
Oh, wow.
Get it away.
That is caught.
Going to be good. That's a punt. I don't know if that. Okay, so just to give you guys a perspective from at home, that is a 0-yard punt, but it might be one of the best 0-yard punts we've ever seen. The snap was bobbled. Johnny, can we get another look at this?
Johnny, how does the ball go from hand to foot here?
Ball hits the ground. And the punter, whose name I'm going to say correctly in a second here, but look at this. He gets it down.
Oh, yeah.
And he's in the grasp. The ball is dropped at shoulder level, and he's still able to put a foot on it. Now, no offense.
That is not Arturo Maddox?
No.
Number 81?
That might be Shane Messenger.
There you go.
I believe that was 61 who punted it. I could be dead wrong, and I apologize, but I haven't had a chance to say Shane Messenger's name. So to the Messenger family, if in fact I got that right, hell of a play. Inside handoff. I believe that's Jacon Robinson, if I'm not mistaken. I got to go back to it. He's not on our roster. He was a late submission to our roster. We're going to get a penalty on that play. And I don't know what the call is going to be. We're going to go ahead and talk up number 8. Jake Honey was able to get on the field last week and make some positive plays for the Knights. Just a gifted athlete for this program. I know Coach Aaron Brady's got a lot of good things in mind when he's drawing up offensive plays for number 8. Down here in Leonardtown. Just back to that punt play, just for one quick second. I love plays like that because, Kevin, you've coached way more than I have. And when kids get in plays like that and all hell breaks loose and you don't know what's about to happen, when he put that ball in the air, a million bad things could have happened. And guess what? The worst thing that could happen didn't happen.
Yeah,
and that's great.
It was going to be a loaf punt, but he went shortbread on it. Did you see the quick kick? Just a little bit of a boop. I don't know how he did it.
He was in the grasp. He punted from in the grasp.
That's true.
Which to me is kind of baller. Inside handoff. Knights positive yardage. It's going to be, if it's not a first down, it's going to be 3rd and short.
Nice play. Christian Swope getting in the mix.
Punting from in the grasp. Here we go. 3rd and short. Knights offense. Driving, looking to put a few more points on this board before the night's out. Trevor Norrid. He's put some good things on tape tonight, Kevin. I've been very, very happy to see.
Me too. And guess what's happening right now?
We got a new
wheel route.
Look.
It's a Scarborough wheel up the sidelines.
New look.
There he goes.
That ball is impacted at the line of scrimmage, and we got ourselves a new quarterback, or on that play, a new quarterback for the Knights.
Number 19, Jamarian
Johnson.
Johnson, man.
He's getting a chance.
Good-looking young man.
Had some activity there in the backfield, unable to get the ball off cleanly. And he'll get the benefit of Cooper Smith and Nick Deavy and Jordan Scarborough. Jaycon there in the backfield with him. And there's the handoff. On 4th and 1, Knights convert.
Good
First
play.
down.
And Ken, look who I'm looking at, leading the charge on the block again. Terrence McCauley.
Yeah.
Come on, he's been everywhere, playing physical in the backfield, leading the O-line. What a night for 66. Nice job, young man.
I'm just tired watching guys like him. I mean, all night long.
How do you have the endurance to do this when you haven't done it in so long?
At a high
There's
level.
a difference between game shape and camp shape. There's so many factors involved. Yeah, tip of the cap.
Jamarian looking to his right. He's going to put the ball in the air. Nick Deavy up in the air, and I think he's got that ball. That's a touchdown.
That's a great play.
Amazing comeback for Nick Deavy. I'll tell you right now, he wanted a chance at that exact pattern, a second opportunity to show the world that he is a finisher. And Kevin, that's exactly what he did on that play.
He finished in double coverage. The ball couldn't have been put anywhere better, and he went up and got it. And you know what? Great for that young man.
Jamarian looking to his right, calmly placing the ball.
Great ball.
Nice shot. Double coverage. Nick Deavy, good on you, my friend. Way to come back. He had a couple of chances at that same pattern last week. At the end of the day, you're going to be remembered for bringing the ball down in possession for a touchdown against one of the best high school teams in the country. Nice job, number 2.
So cool to hear Davey and Scarborough getting in the end zone tonight against the Cadets.
Three minutes to go. St. Mary's Ryken looking to cut this lead to 15, 2-touchdown lead.
All right, well, I think that onside is coming again. Arturo Maddox is licking his chops, thinking, is this my chance to take one to the house? I don't think it is, Arturo, but if you just take that ball, hand it to someone else, and then cream them, it will make a great highlight.
If you are looking for someone to offside kick it to, I would look in a different direction than number 81.
There's a lot of guys I'd rather tackle than number 81.
I'm looking to see if he's coming out here. I don't see him on this particular hands team for the Cadets.
He's on the sidelines working on his Heisman pose right now for the finish.
Whew. 35-20, late in the fourth quarter. Live from Leonardtown. Andrew Burke doing
that right there with some hustle.
Yeah, he's sprinted all the way down the sidelines to get that K ball. Brings it out, hands it to the ref. And this is going to be an onside kick, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll see how they do it. There you go. Get a nice little shot in. Good job, John. We'll see if they try. I'll be interested to see who kicks it. Sometimes you get a sneaky little sidekick. Jordan Scarborough, number 4. Never know what he's about to do.
Andrew Brooks just sprinted 75 yards to put the ball in that tee. He's kicking it.
He just worked so hard to get that K ball on the field. Here we go. Now, okay.
Dang it.
So he teed it up for an onside kick, and then he put it deep, and they're going to try to tackle. And they're going to turn it over to St. John's. They'll take it over on offense at the 30-yard line with 2 minutes and 53 seconds left to go in this game. Coach Ward sends his offense back onto the field. See who they bring out a quarterback. It looks like Cam, but I could be mistaken.
I see 11. That's Cam.
Yeah, it's Cam. They're making it hard on these old guys up here in the
I
Crow's
was gonna
Nest.
say, apparently we could use a spotter.
I know. I'll give to Ryken, and Ryken's number's a little bit harder. Man, I'll tell you what, Kiata had me reeling last week with that bright in the middle of the sunshine of a sunshine day with those gold jerseys.
I don't have a chance. So,
but here we go. Handoff. Ryken bottles up, I believe, Christian Rawlings. We'll get a confirmation of that.
nice play in there. The X-Man again in the mix.
No, that's Mr. Blount.
No. I'm talking about
Terrence.
88, the nose guard.
Xavier. We call
the
him
X-Man.
Xavier, the
I
X-Man.
know. I'm
Sorry.
just saying.
66, 88, 33. St. John's going to go ahead and let some clock run. In no hurry on 2nd and 11. Up 15 points. After a day of actual school with classes, able to hop on a bus, come on down to Leonardtown, get some football in as Blount powers his way close to the 40. We'll call it the 37. We'll bring up 3rd down. Coach Brady not using any timeouts here. Clock will continue to run.
Kahini Austin, R.J. Mora. They got all kinds of substitutions right now. And all these guys deserve all the action they're getting. This has been fun, man. Ken, thanks for having me down here.
Man,
I can't imagine a better opportunity to take a road trip on a Friday and actually do this.
Just over a minute to go in this game. 3rd and 4. First down here seals the game. And Ryken bottles up the run.
Still playing that D.
That'll bring up 4th down and about 6 as the clock winds on 50 seconds. The offense will stay on the field. The defense will stay on the field. We'll be just about wrapped up here by the time this next play is over.
I think I've hit popsicle status.
Yeah, you don't expect to see your breath this heavily at this part of the quote-unquote spring. But I'll tell you what, it's great football weather. It makes sense. It's right. It's what we should be doing on a Friday night in the WCAC when given the opportunity. With 18 and a half seconds to go, the delay of game will leave us with 18 seconds on the clock. And I'll tell you what, it'll give Shane Messenger another chance.
Yes, sir.
Had a little bit of an adventure in the backfield on the last play as being one of the only players I've watched punt while being tackled. Granted, for 0 yards, that's still a pretty tough play. And when your punter's number is 61, I think you expect some ability to be physical. Here comes the snap, 4th and 11. Ball on the ground again. Punt is away.
Nice job.
Fair caught at the 39-yard line. 12.8 seconds to go in this game. We got one play left, assuming the ball is live. Coach Aaron Brady. One more time, I want to say thank you to St. Mary's Ryken, everybody down here in Leonardtown for hosting. I want to say thank you to the administration and the good folks at St. John's for also, just being such a great part of this night for us. St. John's and St. Mary's Ryken on a Friday night in Leonardtown is special. We will not take that for granted. We will enjoy this last play by Coach Brady.
I loved it, man.
But the goodness of tonight has been just so much more than the final score of this game. Inside handoff.
Nice move. Nice hit.
Isaiah Smith.
Yeah, well,
not the kicker.
He's a player.
Not
He
the kicker. That was Mike Alford. That's going to be your ball game, everybody. 35-20 is your final score. That'll be what the record indicates as far as who won and who lost on a win-loss column. But every single person involved in this tonight is a winner. I count us as part of that, Kevin. Really appreciate everyone giving us their time on March Madness, when so much goodness is happening in sports in this country in general. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us for an amazing game. Want to send our wishes and our thoughts and prayers certainly to all the schools and the communities inside this WCAC. We're so happy that you're able to get out and play some ball. We couldn't be more honored to be a part of it and playing just a super small part of it. And, if it wasn't clear before, to all you parents out there, as a parent as parents of kids who are dying to get back on the field in a variety of sports, this is for you. I hope you had a chance to see your kid play tonight. I hope you had a chance to enjoy your alma mater. If you joined us from Military Road Family, or if you joined us down here from Point Lookout, down here in Leonardtown, this was for you. Enjoy your communities, and thank you for letting us be a part of it. Kevin?
Hey, I want to say thank you to everyone involved, all the men and women that made this possible. What you did for these kids tonight was amazing. I got to witness it, and it's just so nice to know that everyone at all these schools treats each other with such respect and class and looks out for each other this way. An amazing night, Friday night under the lights down here in a gorgeous part of the Old Line State. Couldn't have been better. No one, from what we understand, had any serious injuries. All we care about.
That's right.
Great day in the WCAC.
Once again, your final. St. John's 35, St. Mary's Ryken 20. Anybody who participated in this in any way gets the W. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, my name is Ken Meringolo. I want to say a special thank you to John Bogley.
Yeah, John, killed it.
Oh, man, talk about a man for others and a good friend of our show.
Sean in the mix.
Bring it on, everybody here in the First Amendment Sports production crew. We appreciate you guys. So happy to be here. I'm not going to make this last one more second. Let's go get warm. Come join us on Tuesday night for the WCAC Spectacular and subscribe to First Amendment Sports. Appreciate you guys. See you guys later.